And that's when I lit my balls on fire with butane. Oh, hey, guys.
That's a good idea. I've done that before. It's very bracing.
It feels so alive while it's happening.
The
Very
burning
burning.
is life.
And the smell of burning hair, oh, you'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Hi.
Well, I don't think we're going to top that. Good night, everybody.
One night we just got to end the hangout at some point in the stream at doing that once. Just
Just
good night, everybody. Ding.
Just out of nowhere.
Yep.
Like 45 minutes. Well, we're out of material. Bye.
Peace out, bros.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another Saturday night InSaNiTy. Really? You just left me hanging? No, fuck you guys.
I am out of it. You can't accept it.
I'm still trying to log in.
Fuck I want.
Exactly.
So, how was everybody this week?
Pretty good.
Cool.
The week was fine. Today just sucked.
I totally fucking wasted away the week.
Wasted away the week.
Well,
See.
there were things I had to do. I didn't do them until today.
I did work at work all week.
Ah, that must be so nice to have that kind
Work.
of consistent work.
Well, it's nice knowing that while I'm there, I am being paid. And then I go home.
Yes.
And then I come back, and while I'm there, I am paid.
Oh my
And
god.
then I go home.
So,
I'm sorry.
schedule predictability? Is that what you're saying?
I was looking at a list of stuff
I like that predictability.
for Netflix next month
Netflix, stuff that's
One.
coming or going?
coming.
Okay.
And the one that caught my eye and made me go, oh my god, right there was, oh, this is one that we're going to end up having to do with the gangbang. Harriet the Spy.
Oh, God. So that is either a gigantic E.T. in the background or a tiny E.T. in the foreground.
I would guess tiny ET in the foreground.
Hi, girl. There we go.
Yep.
It's going to attack Stout from behind him on that giant thing that he has
E.T.
back
butt crack.
there.
I'm going to attack you. And he said.
Oh, God.
There.
Hi, guys. Are we there yet, Papa Smurf?
Oh, God. I don't even know if I'm going to make it through the whole stream. Just heads up, guys.
That's okay.
Just
Do what you gotta do.
so
So to sleep last night.
Yeah, I was like that about halfway through the week, and then I got a good sleep. So
Yeah, I've been waking up at 8 in the morning every day, so it's like by the time 9 o'clock rolls around, I'm like, I'm ready to go to bed now.
yeah, welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Except getting up at 5 in the morning, and then by 9 a.m. I'm really ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
9 a.m. You're really ready to go to bed?
Jesus Christ.
Fucking
Welcome
old
to
guys.
the tired gang.
You got work, and I want to maximize talking time with a lady, so go figure.
Mm-hmm.
These fucking guys.
Greetings to everyone in the chat. Bluto, Iguana Girl, Jadzia, Just Watching, Kurlatin, Manic, Sci-Fi Guy 68, That Strange Guy, The Remaker, and Vermin Art. And our regular Garbage Gamer,
Woo.
AC, Skin Slip, Stout Butt, Tank, and me. Hi, me.
The remake of Old Boy is coming to Netflix.
Ah,
Hey, you're gonna make you watch it, aren't you, cunt?
I've heard it's terrible
Of course I'm going to watch it.
and
Criticize the fuck out of it.
wholly
No.
unnecessary.
You're gonna make me watch it, I said.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Of course. So I got some
Don't know
stuff
what I
in
can
the,
tell you.
got some stuff in the good old mails today.
Oh, the mails. Yeah, let's do some updates. Updates,
Yes.
updates.
Updates.
I got a few new things this week too. Not a ton like the other week, but or last week, but you know, a few significant additions to the collection.
I feel like I got something this week. Oh yeah, and not Super Workout. Never mind. I went on like
Liquid.
moving on.
So,
Let's get it out.
so the biggest thing I've been playing it all week, and so the first thing obviously is I did get my copy of Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
The PlayStation
Apparently,
4.
it's only 60 minutes long. What?
It's actually on in the background behind me. No, that's the PS4 exclusive. The PS4 version has 60 extra minutes of game missions. So seeing as an average mission takes about maybe 4 or 5 minutes, that's a good little chunk of missions.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, they're saying it's about 15 or so extra missions.
That's pretty cool.
Since I pre-ordered it, I also got some shooter pack. They gave me a weird gun and a special vigilante outfit.
Cool.
So yeah, I've been playing that. It's fucking awesome. And also,
believe the hype.
oh, well, yes. I mean, because people are mostly just pissed off at the fact it doesn't look anything like the 2012 E3 video that they did,
And
or even
what
the
game
2014
ever does?
footage.
Like,
They're saying it
come
looks
on.
different, but still though, on the PS4, on the PC, even on the Xbox One, this game is fucking gorgeous. It is by far the most beautiful open world game I have ever seen, and I've seen 1080p,
Yeah.
firsthand GTA 5. This blows it out of the fucking water. And it's a larger map. They timed it. It takes 5.5 minutes to get from one end of the map to the other in GTA 5. It takes over 7 minutes to get all the way through Watch Dogs. Because it is a literally to scale, kind of a imagined futuristic Chicago. And its outskirts. So you got the loop and everything.
Cool.
So definitely worth checking out. Also, I snagged. This is my first time I've ever owned these. I actually have some Famicom games.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about these all fucking week. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
I just got them in the mail today. They showed up. So the first one here, I got for $25. I got 5 of them.
Oh, nice.
So $5 each, free shipping. So the first one
Pretty sweet.
I got is Twin B.
Twin B.
It's a great top-down shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Famicom cartridge. This one was just so funny.
They look so different from NES cartridges.
This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my god.
They're a bit narrower,
Is that
so they have a shorter pin.
Yes. Is that the notorious one? The height of the cartridge is like way different.
Yeah.
But is that the notorious one that everybody hates, like the really hard one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Nintendo
now
had the same size chipboard, but they just had giant cartridges for some reason.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, like the actual cartridge.
inside, literally just Japan just made a casing for the actual size of the board.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to be bigger, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I now own this on the NES and the Famicom.
Nice. I have the Amiga version.
So this one,
the same.
it is genuine, but like Brandon pointed out, the old label must have ripped off, so they just kind of taped on a new one. But this is the original Mario Brothers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So the original Mario Brothers, I can tell it's genuine because it's got all the Japanese "don't submerge" and your ass.
Don't give to dog as chew toy.
Yeah. and the other one I noticed this guy had were these two. I'll show them together because they're kind of the same thing. They're called
Power Joy.
They're called Power Joys. This is PJ01 and PJ08.
Oh.
Now I looked up what Power Joys are. They're pretty much those multi-game carts.
Okay.
But instead of those other ones that have like Action 52 that just has 52 really shitty homemade bullshit games, this actually has like Xevious, Breakout.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
they're
actually
bootleg.
they're bootlegs of actual NES games.
That's funny.
So, and it's like this one has like 35 and this one has like 64
Holy Moses.
in one
Yeah.
cart.
And there's what, 52 versions you said, or is it? No, less
No,
than
there's
that.
there's 9.
Yeah, I got it right the first time. I don't know why I fucked it up the second time.
There's 9. I thought there's 9 in the whole
52
series.
So there's
you said
9
52
in the
one,
Power
and
Joy series.
Yeah. So these were almost worth the $25 alone because these go for about $10 to $15 each.
Oh wow.
Yep.
That's
So
pretty cool.
yeah, so they're kind of rare and bootleggy. So obviously I bought them. I don't actually have anything that can play them right now. But like I said,
Famicom.
no, I didn't. It's one of the few things I don't actually own any of the Japanese systems.
Oh.
The only reason I have a Super Famicom game is because the actual pin connectors are no different than the Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
So if you just modify those 2 little clips inside the SNES, Super Famicom card will fit in and play. So, but yeah, my Super.
But not so.
No, NES. NES is a 72 pin. And this is a 60. It's physically smaller.
Yeah.
It's because there's 12. I don't know what the other 12 pins do, but there's not. They're pretty much fucking useless, honestly.
They're ground.
Yeah, they don't need to be there.
They don't even need to be there. You could like scrape them off. They won't do
This
anything.
power is so much less stable in America than it is in Japan.
Security alarm.
Yeah, one of them is a ground security chip. Like it needs to arc across for it to work.
Right.
But yeah, that is because on the 6th, obviously, so in 5 days, the Retron 5 gets released. And you can play Famicom games.
Of course. There you go.
I'm gonna take a little money and I'm gonna get some fucking Famicom games.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Eh?
So yeah, that was my haul for the week.
Very cool. I'm gonna go have a quick pee and then I'll show you the stuff I got.
Alrighty.
I didn't get anything, but I saw the Night of the Living Dead documentary on Netflix last night.
How was that?
It was really good. Didn't have anything I didn't already know because I have like books on Night of the Living Dead, but you know, it was there. I put a quote on my Facebook the other day, which was really awesome. It's called, what the fuck is it called? Recently watched. You're just gonna help me out real quick. It was called Year of the Living Dead.
Year of the Living Dead, huh?
Yes, documentary about Night of the Living Dead. And the quote was, when my page loads up, that's great. Come on. It's no big deal, man. It was just a bunch of people who were getting together to try and make a movie. Nobody knew if we were ever going to finish it. We weren't trying to make anything but a good movie. Like he's talking about how like he didn't know why it blew up. They never intended it to be like some artistic thing or some rallying cry in film or whatever, and it just did. And he was like, we were just going out there to make a good movie.
I also got a Famicom game since we were on that topic for about 2 seconds before everybody tried to change it. And then I had no good segue. Dragon Ball Z!
Sorry.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball Z Famicom game. It's not just your fault. Sean, just like, I'm going to go smoke.
Let's see, oh, that strange guy. That strange guy says, to be honest, Watch Dogs is not for me. Yeah, it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes, it's practically a GTA clone. But it's a very,
cyberpunky though.
Very well done cyberpunky GTA clone. I would not be surprised. Actually, I would be a little disappointed if there wasn't a Watch Dogs 2. Now, I don't know if the storyline will warrant that because I'm nowhere near through the storyline yet. But from what I've seen, right now, all the hate that the game is getting is unwarranted. The driving is not bad at all. Actually, it's a lot better than most open world games. And the storyline the storyline is not terrible, but it's far from bad. It's fairly straightforward for this kind of game. It pushes this open world game along, allows you to explore. Pretty straightforward story, so I'm not going to knock it for that. Overall, I can't, minus a couple obvious glitches and some bullshit moments, I really have nothing bad to say about it. So.
Alrighty, so this week picked up a few items. I'll save that one for last. I'm probably going to talk about that one the most. First, I just got this today. It just came out, I think, this week. I did have the limited edition Canadian-only DVD release, but I really wanted the Blu-ray version. You have An Adventure in Space and Time.
Yay!
3-disc special edition. It's got the Blu-ray, got all the extras from the previous DVD release. It also has a 3rd disc featuring in its entirety the first story of Doctor Who, An Unearthly Child, the original 4-part story, with its own bonus content, which I haven't checked it out yet. I'm assuming it's just the bonus content from the beginning set ported over. Yeah, so pretty cool. Very nice addition there. Next up, because it was on sale and has one of my favorite episodes of the series, we got Season 9 of The Simpsons. I now have Seasons 1 through 9. And the episode in question is The City of New York versus Homer Simpson. One of my all-time favorites. Love that episode. And then again...
Wait, is that the one where he actually goes between the 2 towers and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
He goes to pee in the tower, and the washroom is out of order, so he has to go to the other tower. Yeah, it was 1997 that episode came out, so 4 years before you know what. So these two I've been waiting to go on sale, and most importantly, waiting for them to go on sale with their respective slipcovers. We have Volume 11 of Family Guy with the slipcover. So I like the slipcovers on these because they're completely different artwork from what's on the actual covers, so it's nice to have them. And then we got Volume 12 as well. Also, very cool black and white artwork on these ones. Yeah. Pardon?
Is it the newest one?
That is the newest one, yes.
Oh,
so these were, I think, $15 each, something like that, $20 each.
That's not bad.
They normally go for like $35, $40.
Oh, really?
But I noticed the volumes, I still need Volume 10. But I noticed the Family Guy volumes are not skimping on episodes so much. Volume 11 actually has 23 episodes. Volume 12 has 22, so they're actual proper season sets now. Previous sets had like between 13 and 14, maybe 15 on them. Seemed a little bit skimpy to me for the price they were asking.
Yeah.
Next up, you know, I bought Ender's Game a little while ago. I still have not watched it, and I was in the bookstore the other day, and it occurred to me, I have an opportunity here. I'm wanting to read the book of Ender's Game for a very long time. How about I read the book first, and then watch the movie?
Hey, that's the copy I used to have.
Yeah,
broke it.
This is this is probably the most common edition. This is the author's definitive edition. It's been largely unchanged since 1991, I think, when it originally came out. But just I think without the embossing on the cover words there. But
mine had the embossing.
Mine
had the embossing.
Had the embossing. Yeah.
But my wife read it so hard that the spine broke in half.
Oh. Yeah, see, I tend to read like this, like very carefully, so that I don't break the spine. I'm very anal about that.
I figured you were.
Yeah. So even my most well-read paperbacks, for the most part, with a few exceptions, just because they were big and delicate, have their spines intact. But yeah, so going to read the book first because it's fairly short anyway, and I've been wanting to read it for years. And then I'm going to watch the movie, and then I'll do a video about it, comparing the two.
That's on my to-read list. Right now I'm reading the second book in the Divergent series.
In the what?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Divergent series.
Divergent.
Well, the second book in that series. I think it's Insurgent? Yeah, Insurgent.
Yes, Insurgent, yeah.
I've been reading it on...
Everybody in Random X Amazon is reading that right now. I swear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, last but most definitely not least, some of you may have seen my Facebook post about this a while ago. This was quite a score, actually, because I found out after buying it and popping onto Amazon to check the reviews, as I often do when I buy things, just to see what other people think, if I haven't already checked them out. Yeah, on Amazon, this goes for between $70 and $90. So I scored it at EB Games used for $15. You got Dragon Age Origins, the Ultimate Edition.
It's hard for me to believe that it actually goes for that much, because, like, if
Look on Amazon.
I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm just saying, like, if you buy it on on Steam or something like that, you can usually get a deal for like $5 or $10 for the game.
It's only the PS3 version for some reason. I don't know why.
The limited run, like they do with the orange box for Half-Life.
Maybe a lower print run, yeah.
Like the Steam version for the orange box was like $10. The 360 version was maybe $15.
Yeah.
And the PS3 version held retail until it just went off the shelf.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
but if you can get your hands on it, this is definitely the edition you want to get of Dragon Age Origins, because it has the complete original game, plus Awakenings, plus all the DLC missions, plus a bunch of other DLC content, all on the disc. You know how much I love my physical media, so you don't have to download a goddamn thing. So
updates.
Well, except there's like one tiny little update when you first install it, and that's it. It is a bit of a hefty install with all the DLC included. You're looking at about 7 gigs of space, but that's okay. Whatever.
Yeah, Defiance had to do that. Like, it had to update, and then it had to like actually download onto the PS3, and then it had to patch it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get to play it in a few minutes. No, like 3 hours later, I finally got to play it. God damn it!
Wow. I just want to play my game.
So what's interesting is Verminart picked up Akira on DVD, and he ordered it, and when he got it, it was just discs, but they had no labels. They were in fact factory masters. They're like they were the here, is this good enough before we do the print run? Check discs.
Crazy.
Right?
Like,
yeah,
how...
I helped them identify that. Those are fucking rare, by the way.
I was going to say, how freaking rare must that be?
Well, I have one, and I've only found one in my 15 years of collecting.
That's crazy.
And I paid out the nose for it.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, thoughts on Dragon Age Origins so far? Really enjoying the story. The most recent RPG of that type that I played was Oblivion, so I'm kind of mentally comparing the two. So far, I do like Oblivion's world better. I just think it's a little more well fleshed out and a little more has more depth to it. But Dragon Age Origins definitely holds its own. It's definitely got its own thing going on, which is pretty cool. It has kind of an old school D&D feel to it in some respects. A lot of the classic fantasy elements are in there. As you might expect from the title, dragons don't seem to appear in it very much, at least not at this point. It kind of reminds me a bit of Game of Thrones, actually. It seems to have borrowed a bit of inspiration from Game of Thrones and that sort of thing. There's some similar things going on there. But, dragons haven't been around for a while, and they're just starting to come back. So that's one of the things that's kind of similar. So you do encounter them from time to time, but they're often not full-grown ones. There's the suspicion that dragons or a dragon may be behind some of the horrible things that are going on in the land at the time that you're trying to put a stop to. So that's part of the main story of the game, is you're trying to find out. You suspect dragons may be involved, but you don't know for sure, and you don't know in what way. But definitely pretty epic. There's a lot of side quests and stuff. The main story takes so many twists and turns. One thing I'm enjoying about it is sort of the moral choices that you're presented with. Perfect example was one I was telling the boys about the other day. Was I encountered. Now it all started off very innocently. One of my party members felt that one of his old friends could help, in our quest. So it's like, let's go visit him. Okay, cool. So I'm just expecting, you know, we're going to go and, like, have, you know, there's a lot of long-winded dialogue tree conversation things, but you expect that going into an RPG. So I'm just expecting that. So I go in there. So we go there to talk to the guy, and it's like, oh, no, you can't see him. He's sick. He's dying. I'm like, what? Why? What's going on? It's like, oh, well, the castle's been overrun by demons and zombies. Like, what the fuck? Okay, fine, let's go fight the demons and zombies. So we go fight a bunch of demons and zombies, and it turns out that the demon that's heading up the whole thing is actually some kid. He's like the son of, like, this little kid is possessed by this crazy demon, and his mother, who isn't really his mother, it's like caregiver or something, you know, is there, and you're presented with a choice. You can kill the kid and kill the demon, or you can go into the dream world and fight the demon one-on-one in the dream world. But the only way to get into the dream world is someone has to sacrifice themselves. So you have to make the choice. Someone's going to die either way. You have to make the choice.
Oh, that's
so I was about to make that choice, and then I noticed another option in the dialogue where it just said there must be another way. What the fuck was that? So I clicked there must be another way, and then there was a mage there, like a low-powered mage, so he wasn't powerful enough to take someone into the dream world. So he's there, well, if you get the help of this group of mages at the Mages Circle, they might be able to take someone into the Fade without anyone having to die. Oh, the Fade is what they call the dream world. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's try that. It's like, but you have to hurry, because who knows what this demon's going to do while you're away. I'm like, oh, fuck, okay, now the time pressure is on. Great. So like, okay, cool, we'll go talk to the mages. So we go to talk to the mages. And it's like, good, nobody has to die. So go talk to the mages. And it's like, yeah, you can't go into the tower because it's been overrun by demons and zombies. They're like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, can we just deal with this demon and talk to my friend and, like, just get on with things? So it ended up being this whole big, long, epic string of events just to get in to talk to this guy. And it's still ongoing. I'm still trying to, now I'm trying to cure him of his illness so I can actually talk to him. And, yeah, it's epic. It's not just go from point A to point B and kill some monsters along the way. It's like, no, you go to point A to point B, but you're gonna have to go off on all these tangents before you can actually get to point B.
It's like a good, D&D game.
It is. That's the thing. It's like just when you think it's gonna be a straight and narrow path, it just throws you a curveball, and you're off on this side quest, which you absolutely have to do if you're gonna proceed in this direction. Yeah. That takes hours. So I ended up having to fight another demon in the dream world. Never mind the first one I had to fight in the dream world.
Oh, wow.
Because it trapped me. Like, it just grabbed my whole frickin' party and trapped us in the dream world, so we had to navigate our way. I was literally lost in the dream world for like a day and a half. I had no idea how to get out and what I was supposed to do, and yeah.
Awesome.
It was terrific. So,
Defiance seems super easy in comparison.
Which?
Defiance, it seems super easy in comparison. Like, I just would have been breezing through it.
Kill lots of aliens.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, so obviously, you know, enjoying the story and the quest and the adventure and stuff, that's all great. The one complaint I have, and I was telling Garbage Gamer about this, is the loading times. The loading times are the one thing that's almost killing it for me. I feel like I'm spending more time staring at the loading screen than I am actually playing the game sometimes. And it's particularly annoying when you're trying to do a boss fight or a particularly difficult, you know, area filled with enemies, very treacherous, and you die a lot. So you die, you have to load a save game. And sometimes I'm like, why is this taking so long? I mean, my saved game, I cleared out all the enemies. The only enemy there is me and the boss, and it's not that big of an environment. Why is it taking so fucking long to load every single time? So, yeah, I don't know. Might just be my PS3 hard drive getting old for all I know. It's pushing like 8 years old now, so... well, maybe not 8, maybe 7 years, something like that.
What's funny is in your whole long Dragon Age origin story here, I just bought Skyrim for $16.
Oh, there you go.
Was it the fucking extended edition or whatever?
Nah, I don't need the extended edition. I'm only there for the mods.
Right?
Because I want the Macho Man Randy Savage Dragon.
Is that the extended edition? Is that what it's going to be called, or
No.
or are you talking
called the
about
Legendary Edition?
And I assume that's going to be one that includes DLC and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's essentially what I meant.
Yeah.
It's called. They call it so many different goddamn things that at this point I'm just like extended. Whatever I fucking say.
DLC. How about this DLC included edition?
Yeah.
DLC included edition.
See, I was just going to say that's why I tend to wait for games like this, is because I know that if it's popular, they're going to release a version like that eventually. So I just wait for that and get them.
I'm also a cheap bastard, so I wait for it to go cheap.
That too.
Yeah, me too. I waited forever for Defiance to go on sale because I was not about to spend $60 on it.
I don't generally.
I still haven't bought Fracture, Inversion, or what's the other one I'm thinking of?
I thought you had Fracture.
No, I don't. I played the demo, and I love the hell out of it.
Yeah, I played the
Killzone. Those 3 games I wanted to get. Not Killzone. Bulletstorm. That was what it was.
Oh,
those 3 games are first-person shooters that I really want to get. First and third-person shooters. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend $60 on these. I'm poor. And, yeah. I still have to get them, though. They're like $5 a piece. I just got to go and get them.
We finally bought Alien vs. Predator because it went down to like $8, and then Derek finally went to go play it last night, and lo and behold, in the back there's a lovely little crack.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I gotta call tomorrow and see if I can't find the receipt. And I know it's past the 7-day return period, so I'm like, please, I just want another game. Don't want money, I just want another game.
Should just anything. You should sell it back to them. Let's get something back.
Nah.
They won't check that close. They'll go like this. Good. If that, have to find GameStop just throws it on the shelf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cass is here.
Oh, Sean.
Resident Evil 5. I need to play it.
What do you got there? Whoa. Oh, god damn you.
What is it? I can't see.
Swiss Chalet.
Swiss Chalet.
I missed. Yeah, there used to be a Swiss Chalet, like, right over by the Future Shop right here. Like, within walking distance. And since when I moved here, I went over there all the time. I would get chicken there all the freaking time. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, they said, we're closing.
What is Swiss Chalet? What is that? Is it like a Canadian thing?
Yeah, it's a Canadian chain. It's a rotisserie chicken place, basically.
It's like Boston Market.
Yeah, it's chicken ribs.
Okay.
You get your choice of sides. They got like fries.
It's
Really
like
good.
Boston Market plus KFC combined.
Love their their dipping sauce.
KF Boston Market C.
Well, they don't really do fried chicken. It's more just strictly rotisserie.
BFC. Boston chicken.
Yeah.
You get just like fall apart tender.
And then like chicken
Sounds like
flatbreads and like a bunch of stuff. They have like everything.
Yeah.
And the garlic loaf, which I got.
The good old garlic. Was it the garlic cheese loaf we had that time?
You can get it with or without cheese, and I usually got it with cheese. I just got it alone.
Now, my understanding of a garlic loaf, is this literally just like a loaf of bread that's just been...
It's like a little mini baguette, yeah.
Drenched in garlic.
Drenched in like garlic and butter.
Garlic bread. But
garlic.
Okay.
We've got a new burger that's got garlic aioli and like a garlic pepper butter sauce. Oh my god, it's
there it is.
good. Oh.
Good lord.
Oh my god, Cass.
Oh, that was good.
Fuck you.
Are you seeing it, Sean?
This one
Sorry,
already
what?
gave me a $20 gift card.
That's that I'm showing it on cam.
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot it has like tomatoes and chives and stuff. Oh yeah. You just see it like
bounce on
No! Thankfully, there's a nice sort of tall side in this container. It's not just like a plate.
Yes.
Oh
shit!
Look at the ice cream drip.
And Sean, you're just like, have you learned nothing?
You're always laughing at me dumping things all over my keyboard.
I've bought a lot of games off of Green Man.
Plate.
I just noticed that.
So, Cass, you came in a little late. I'll just quickly show again. couple of things that I picked up. Got season 9.
Ooh, very nice.
Of The Simpsons. This has the New York episode in it.
Ah.
So I was wondering which
Is it that late?
which season? I thought it was earlier, but it's not. It's actually season 9. But that's also the one that has Barney as the designated driver.
Yes.
That's kind of what starts the whole thing.
Yeah, bring back my car back in the morning.
Yeah.
Bring back my car
I
back.
actually watched the episode with Rosie earlier. Thought that part was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a season opener.
Yeah, it is. Bring back my car back in the morning. Just slide it under the door.
The old Simpsons are funny, but new ones are not so much.
Volume 11 of Family Guy. This is the cover.
He's surpassing us, Cass.
I know.
Damn it.
And
he's gonna be like making references we won't know.
And Volume 12 of Family Guy.
He surpassed us
with the slipcover. Which is the latest.
He has not surpassed me yet.
Just the latest one.
Just
Volume 13.
still have to watch them.
Volume 13 has not come out yet. And yes, I haven't watched any of them yet. I might watch like a disc.
I'm up to watching middle of season 11. Because here in America, we have the wonderful world of Hulu. It literally gets the new episodes about a week after that.
I've seen a few random episodes. Like I saw the Death of Brian episode and the couple that followed.
Yeah, Vinny.
They tried to fake it all out, but we knew they were bullshitting.
It was pretty obvious to me that they were bullshitting.
Yeah, but I like how they even had like a full episode with the other dog, and he was in the opening titles and everything.
That was a pretty good troll.
It was brilliant.
I love like the Twitter posts after those episodes aired and Brian came back. It's like Seth MacFarlane himself going, "Are you guys fucking retarded?" You seriously think that we would kill off one of the two main driving forces of the show?
Yeah, no kidding. Eh? I'd be like killing off Peter.
Yeah, let's show how particularly awesome this particular garlic loaf is.
Kill the Family Guy in Family Guy.
You crack fucking smoking.
You can go straight to fucking house.
Yes. I forgot how awesome that is, and now
I'm saving that idea. Well, just wait until November when I'm like out of money again because I'm in school. I'm like,
not only is that hilarious what you just posted, but fucking hell, that it messes with your eyes.
What?
Look at that link that's down just.
Okay, hold on a second.
Come here.
It's seriously.
Whoa. All right. Well, I have to show. I think we have our thumbnail.
Oh no.
So it kind of doesn't do it justice when it's going at like 3 frames a second.
What?
That's true. That's true.
But here, actually, what I'll do, or you can point your camera. Camera at it. Right.
Oh god, now I've got it on 2 screens.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
That's really fucking weird.
You guys are killing me.
You know what that means, right?
There we go.
Stout, 1's a party, 2 is funny, 3 is just trolling.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not pretty sure.
Why are her eyes so far into her skull?
Where is her
idea.
teeth? In fact, or
Where
gums.
is her teeth?
Teeth or lips?
Left them at
There's
home.
no lips. It's just like a hole.
That's what he said. Sorry, I had to do it.
I'm getting nauseous.
I left them
But I can't
at
look
home
away.
in her metaphor. Hello.
Destiny, if you want to answer that question, you can go to my 48-minute live stream I did today of Watch Dogs. If you want to know if I've actually seen gameplay of Watch Dogs.
Yeah, Yes, I think he's seen gameplay. I've watched.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen any gameplay. I've watched
television at home.
It's totally not on right now behind me.
I'm like on the verge of passing out.
Because you fail at life in general.
Yes. That's really what that means.
Yes.
Yep. I'm glad we agree. Always nice.
It's a fraggle.
Fraggle!
Flaggle?
Remember I said it? That lady looks like one of those things on Fraggle Rock that's always trying to catch them.
Oh god, it does. Holy shit.
That's where he goes, it's a fraggle.
It's a fraggle!
Flaggle. The Grogs or something?
Something like that.
Excuse me.
Beauty.
Jesus.
So graceful and elegant and ladylike.
I know. I know. Well, like Dr. Pepper I've been drinking at work.
Dr. Pepper.
For some reason, like yesterday I bought like a 20 ounce of Dr. Pepper, and the difference between actual bottled Dr. Pepper and fountain Dr. Pepper is substantially different.
Yeah, fountain
like, this is not Dr. Pepper.
So much better.
Well.
Oh, yeah, it is. I drink the
Well,
bottle,
that's the
I'm like,
same
this is
thing
not
with-
Dr. Pepper.
That's actually the same with Pepsi and Coke as well. Fountain Pepsi is really, really good.
You should just drink water while you're at work, Jadzia. It's healthier
Why?
for you.
Fuck health. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep up with the old bitches and their really complicated hand-holding orders.
By the way,
Just posted on Facebook.
Cass, that statement you were showing us yesterday where that person wrote Van and Kia.
Oh, yeah.
Front. I would have, like, responded. I just colored the page black. Sent it. And it was like, in the middle, just put, like, thanks for wasting my ink.
Mm-hmm.
It just was like 20 minutes.
Bluto asks, Sean, what did you think of the eloquently written and grammatically correct Don't Blame Brett Ratner rant? I actually responded to that when you posted it on the Facebook page. You said, thoughts, Sean? I gave my thoughts, and apparently you never read them.
Thanks.
And
Suck.
And actually,
Okay, like, I gave my thoughts, right?
His rant wasn't entirely accurate, but I basically just said everyone. The gist of the rant was stop blaming Brett Ratner for X3 sucking. And I don't solely blame Brett Ratner, but I still think he's a shitty director.
He also could have walked away.
Well, yeah, exactly. He could have walked away
What
because
little
he had no experience doing that type of film, and had no business doing that type of film.
Yep.
So I basically said everyone involved was to blame, especially the fucking suits at Fox for greenlighting what was clearly a train wreck from day one. Instead of waiting a few months. Instead of waiting a few months for Singer to be done with Superman first.
And on top of that, it was rushed into production and through production.
Yeah, exactly.
They had a 6-month shorter cycle than previous films.
Yeah.
All the special effects-driven film, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
The Last Stand is like blasphemy to my ears.
Yeah.
You shall not speak of it.
John, I really loved that post you put on Facebook today. The rant that guy went on in the email to the religious guy.
Yes.
Oh God, yes, I read that.
Did you read that?
Fucking brilliant.
Father doesn't want his son to attend a church presentation. The email he sends is hilarious.
I love that guy.
Shall I share that with everyone? Why don't I share that with everyone?
We don't want to upset anybody who does have religious beliefs, but
Yes, including some people who do shows for our channel.
I see.
I'm a little bit, just a tiny
Hey,
bit.
I'm
not about that. It's about people
Guys,
kind of forcing.
I am actually a Christian, and I found it funny.
Are
because I'm
you?
not
Are you a
type-
Christian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah.
Are you a Christian?
Yes.
If I ask enough, are you gonna say no eventually?
Nope.
Yes, if you keep asking him, he will turn to Satan.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's like anything. I'm not tight-assed about it that I can't find my own humor in it. It's my own belief, but at the same time, yes, I recognize the humor in it.
Well, I guess technically, if he turned to Satan, he'd still be a Christian, just a bad evil Christian.
Good Christian, bad
Yes.
Christian.
Yes. Are you a Christian?
Hail Satan!
So that's a yes, then, if you believe in the Christian Satan.
Yes.
Satan spelled
Anyway.
Seitan. Satan. The non-Christian.
Oh no, you believe in Satan. Oh, okay. You should get some
Satin.
cotton.
So smooth and soft.
Santa, he brings
worship
you
his name,
presents.
Stan. I'm sorry, that's
Oh, yeah, it was-
Satan.
Why do you hate Santa, Dick?
But yeah, and you know, as is often the case whenever you post anything even remotely religious, be it humorous or otherwise, there's a few people who took it a little too seriously.
John.
No, funny enough.
You'll notice, I don't know if you guys notice, I don't really post.
No, actually, he would probably find it funny, I would think.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. But no, I don't generally post anything religious or political either because I know
Because it's touchy for people.
It's very touchy, and I think irrationally so in a lot of
Especially
cases.
the priests. But
Yeah. Oh,
I can't do it. I just don't want to get into this kind of debate.
like I know where I stand on such things, and occasionally share the odd viewpoint here and there, but I tend not to get into it because, as you say, a lot of people are very touchy on the subject.
People say I'm anti-Christian. I'm actually anti-organized religion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay if you believe in whatever you believe. I have a problem with the organization that runs your religion, you know? The way it's run like a business. Not like a...
Yeah.
Not dropping my ass!
You don't need to go to a room to worship a god. I'm sorry.
That's true.
Wake up and worship him if you want.
Yep.
So I've never believed that you have to tithe in order to receive blessing.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Tithing is such a fucking rip-off.
God tax? Like, come on.
It's one of those things that was added on because...
If I feel compelled... If I feel compelled to donate to something, I'll do it of my own accord, and I have with a number of things.
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
I'm not doing it to get something out of it. That's the whole purpose of donation, is to just give something you have. Just
I can't remember exactly at what historical point that tithing started, but it was started so that you could pay for forgiveness for any crime or whatever against the church, and it was clearly just to line the pockets of people in power at the time. That's bullshit.
It's in much the same way that Canada's income tax was actually founded as a temporary tax to fund World War I.
Yeah.
Yet we still have it 95 years later.
Oh, yeah, well...
Now you use it to pay all your social systems and all other shit, road repairs, whatever, you know?
And I remember GST was something similar to that. It wasn't a war, but it was basically, we'll temporarily introduce this GST tax to help pay off our debts. Okay, cool. We still pay GST on everything. This was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, probably.
Well, the similar idea. The whole idea was it was supposed to be revenue neutral because it was replacing an existing tax.
Mm-hmm.
There was a tax on manufacturers at the time. It was actually higher. It was 9%.
Mm.
So the idea was, instead of taxing the manufacturers and having them pass on the cost then to consumers, the price, it would all level out. But of course, people still
passing the value on to you.
But we, the consumers, still end up paying just as much anyway.
Yeah, and the price is
we're paying it in the form of a tax instead of having it rolled
into the price of the product.
Yeah. But it's still the same grand total at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the government just figured out a way to get a cut.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, Manic, that would be nice, and I would do that too, if most of our income tax actually went to our needed services.
Mm.
I have good news.
Instead of just lining bureaucrats' pockets.
Actually, it pays off the interest on the national debt first.
I have good
saying.
news.
Yes.
You have good news?
Good news, you say?
Gangnam Style hit 2 billion YouTube views.
2 billion.
Who gives a shit?
2 billion.
Oh, billion. There you go. Awesome.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks,
Obama.
There it is. Yeah, 2 billion.
Thanks, Obama.
I actually got on the page. There's a little animated side dancing on either side of the view counter.
Is there?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yay! Styles also on Obamacare. We can get health care and not pay out the nose.
Yeah,
Yay.
by the way, to all the taxpayers out there in the United States, I just want to say thank you.
All the rich people who are now paying for I need weed to get through my day. Thank you for, and drugging me up on a daily basis. Actually, interesting enough, I got a phone call the other day. All the back due hospital visits I had to do, or the doctor visits, which was approximately $2,500 in hospital fees. I actually got paid for by that system, because technically I was supposed to have it covered since January. So it's good. I don't owe money. Yay! One less dollar that I don't have to put the bills.
One less dollar I don't have to not spend.
Yes.
Oh, we have 2 minutes.
Hey, Roberto is here.
Where is he? He owes me money. Oh, boy.
Just snuck in while we weren't looking.
How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. So how's the Project G coming along?
Yeah, when's the next
very
episode?
slow, but it's coming along.
Well, how many movies have you
Is
watched?
it done before the movie came out?
That's right, I was supposed to do it.
Who's doing the review of the new movie? Because it's been out for a little while. I haven't seen any reviews of it on Geek yet.
Are you sure? Because everyone has
Ooh, the boss is cracking the whip.
Well, all the other review sites out there have reviews.
I like how Justin is cracking the whip so hard on us now, months after we've needed it. Thanks for the late show up, Justin.
Hey, better late
Except
than never.
Except with this boss, you could just throw stuffed animals at him and he'll back down.
Are you fucking kidding me? I get criticized even when I wait a fucking month.
Now, if you're a hockey coach and you waited a month, it would be after the playoffs, right? Come on, guys, we can do it! No, we were eliminated in the first round. We can beat them!
you
Sir,
were deported.
Sir, the game's over. We can do this!
Oh, we're on the golf course.
Just like next scene, it shows the guy asleep and he gets a phone call. We can win this! Sir, go to hell.
It's over. We're done.
No way.
You mentioned phone call and thinking about sports. I was still thinking of the. Well, I see there's still no sign of the deaf team.
I wonder if we do that. 300-meter dash for people afraid
Things I should have told you.
No.
That just runs through.
I liked that cartoon. That little comic strip was what every sports interview sounds like to me. Well, looks like you were all sportsing pretty hard out there. What is your strategy for the upcoming game?
Oh yeah, this.
Well, we're very proud of the way we sportsed. So our plan is to score many points and to prevent the other team from scoring points.
As many points.
Yeah.
You just
try to memorize it verbatim, whatever.
Actually, you know what's funny? That actually kind of sounds like John Tortorella, who was the Vancouver coach the past season.
Oh yeah.
I saw an interview with him when he was still coaching the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing Montreal, I think, and so they were down 2 points or something like that, and the guy's interviewing him from the bench and says, "Yeah, so you guys are down a couple points. What do you think the problem's been tonight?" He says, "They scored 2 goals." Okay, so what do you think your team needs to do in order to get back in this game? We need to score some goals. He's like, "All right, John Tortorella, back to you in the studio." Or he's famous for just hating the sports media. So.
Well, the thing is, like, what do they honestly expect the answer to be? Like, what are they looking for? Like some deep philosophical insight into the nature of sport.
Like, well, Bob, we suck. So we're.
Yeah.
So here's what I was saying.
So
okay, guys, when you play harder, give the ball to Kobe more. Thanks. That was my key.
So what are you gonna do when you get back out there? Keep trying to win.
Well, we're going to give the ball to the black guy and hope for the best.
We're gonna run around.
Duncan large in the head.
I just like the the interview should go something like we're just gonna go out there, we're gonna play hard, and try to score some points, and it's a great way to stay in shape. It's rides a 10-speed everywhere guy.
I see a lot of
I've got
love for
rectal
the
cancer.
IT
It's pretty
crowd in the
aggressive,
chat.
but it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah. I see a lot of love for the IT crowd in the chat there. Vermin Iguana Girl, Duncan Large.
I haven't sat down to watch the whole thing yet. We've seen like 2 episodes.
I love that show. It's great.
I've only seen the first
You showed
episode.
me 2. No, it's the first 2. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's just 1.
Okay, then I saw 1 episode.
I think we've all seen the same 1 episode.
I think I'm the only one in the chat who's seen the entire series.
Yes, we need to watch
I've seen it.
It's short.
Shut up, Jazzy.
We have a lot of things we need to watch.
I think it's only like 18 episodes.
Who's telling you to shut up?
Finish Thundercats.
We're doing Thundercats next year. We've already covered this.
Shut your cake hole.
30th anniversary next year.
Yeah. Come shut it for me.
Finish the thick of it.
Can we do Back to the Future next year?
Yeah, absolutely. 30th
Actually,
anniversary.
we should do that in November of next year.
Ah.
That's the specific date that they go forward to. It's November something.
Ah. It didn't come out in the summer?
It did. Oh, Back to the Future 2, was the one where they went into 2015.
Ah.
Oh,
you're
Sean.
saying the actual date. Oh, yeah, I guess so, eh? Yes.
So you'll be proud of me. I started rewatching Wolverine the X-Men, give it a second chance.
Sorry, what? Cass laughed over you. What?
I said I started giving Wolverine and the X-Men a second chance this week.
Oh, I love that
Oh,
show.
the series. Yeah.
Yeah. Watched the first 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Better than I remember.
Yeah. It's a good
That's
show.
what I review. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Better than I remember. I don't hate it so far.
Well, that's good. Had you seen much of it before, or you just didn't like it before?
I watched a few random episodes and I didn't like it. It just didn't catch me.
That might have been part of the problem. Because, I mean,
don't remember
it
much
is
about
very
it.
much a continuing story, as I'm sure you've noticed.
Yes.
Yeah, Rosie really liked that one, actually, too. And I powered through it when I first got it. I marathoned it in like a couple of days.
I still need to finish the X-Men anime. I finished this 1. I need to watch this 2.
Yeah, I still need to sit down and watch all that. I've only seen the first episode. And that's short. It's only a 12.
Yeah.
It's not too bad so far.
I liked what I saw of it.
Yeah.
I want to see more. I really want to get out to see Days of Future Past. I've been hearing nothing but good things about.
Metal said he liked it, so
Wow.
clearly,
And he ate everything.
yeah, it must be good because he ate everything. I'd say.
Nice.
Jesus. The
I'm
director's
excited to see
shocked. The new Superman.
Yeah, I think our yearly movie essay is going to be for A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Speaking of which, a lot of reviewers are saying a lot of negative things about it, but everything I see about all these reviews, everything I'm noticing about them is like the main complaint they have. It sounds like they're saying, "This isn't high art. I was expecting high art," and I'm just looking at them like, "What the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
You went into a Seth MacFarlane movie and you were expecting high art? What?"
Oh my god.
Well, okay, now, are they expecting it to be like a highbrow classic style Western?
I don't know
guess.
what.
Because my impression was it was calling back more to spaghetti Westerns than highbrow Westerns.
You know what I see this as? Fucking
Like highbrow
Hot Shots Western.
What are those?
It's Hot
You
Shots.
know what I
in the
mean,
West.
like the typical Hollywood John Wayne kind of thing.
Are those highbrow?
That the
Shit.
Mid-brow, I guess.
I just don't know.
Mid-brow.
I've never heard that used that way, so.
well,
But,
some classic Westerns are considered art, like high art.
Some of them are really good, too, yes.
Well, yeah.
But I'm sorry, but
But
I
I
don't
mean-
take any reviewer seriously if they start criticizing A Million Ways to Die in the West as
I think it looks funny as
high
hell.
art.
Well, it is
Western
art, but
movie.
it's not going to be high art.
And it's just like, really? Do you watch Family Guy and call it high art? It's
Yeah.
animated.
Or Ted.
Or Ted.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
awesome, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it was art.
I still need
I
to see
love
that. I've always
Ted.
really welcome
Yeah.
that.
what that says that is art.
The
Thunder
complaints,
Buddies for life.
What Justin?
the complaints that I'm seeing are like here. It says, "Well, the script is light on the language of Western films." Like that is what it sounds like they're complaining about. Like they have language in film that's more related to modern day than to actual Westerns, and it's like, well, who fucking cares? That's kind of one of the points of the
It's
movie.
a comedy.
It's a
Yeah.
comedy of
Exactly.
somebody looking at the Western and saying, pointing out all these tropes from a modern point of view,
Mm-hmm.
pointing
Yeah.
out all of the problems with the Westerns of old from a modern point of view. That's like the point of the fucking movie, and they're criticizing it, saying, well, they should make it have more stuff that actually makes it feel like it's more in the actual time. No! That would be
So-
completely
All these
out there
fucking
productive.
So wait a minute. So they're complaining about the historical accuracy of
Yeah.
a comedy
Yeah.
Western film.
Yes!
Slightly spoofy. It's a bit spoofy in some ways.
I want
Come
to,
I'm
to
sorry.
those motherfuckers, I just want to say, can you please go watch Blazing Saddles?
I was literally just gonna say, if any of these fuckers turn around and say they hate this movie but they love Blazing Saddles, I just want to smack them upside the fucking head.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and
Light them on fire.
I skimmed one review of it where the reviewer described Seth MacFarlane as being very of his time.
Which is now.
Uh-huh.
That's
It's
not
not-
a bad thing, though.
Like, I don't... Yeah.
Yes, he
I
is
see.
very
I
of
beg to
his
differ.
time.
I think a lot of the stuff that he's done is going to endure and will be remembered.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking funny.
He's one of those people who
Exactly.
is referred to as of his time. So
Yeah.
when people go back to look at our generation, they're going to look at those people who were of their time.
Yeah.
And
Well, you know, Family Guy, like, sure, some of the jokes are topical, but the vast majority of it is just about people and folks, and that kind of humor endures. It's, you know, you'll be able to watch it 20 years from now and still laugh,
Yeah.
you know.
God help you,
It'll
Corey,
still
sleep
make
in
sense.
jungle bean bags. But I mean, when I saw, I read several reviews of Green Wasted Night in the West, and it's just, they wanted like a fucking fistful of dollars kind of actual Western. And I'm like, you do realize this was a Seth MacFarlane comedy.
That's not what this is.
Right?
Go watch a fistful of dollars if that's what you want.
You know?
Yeah.
Great
And
film.
I saw no mention in any of the reviews. I saw no mention of movies like Hot Shots or Blazing Saddles or The Naked Gun. You know, 'cause that's kind of in the same vein.
More the.
You know,
what
it's
they should
set
be
in a
looking
time period, but it's a bunch of topical jokes. It just happens to be in that time period.
Yeah.
You know, all Seth MacFarlane does. That's one thing I think a lot of people don't understand. And some people hate him for it. Is he creates something and he sets it in a time period, and then he just kind of works all of his jokes around that time period.
Mm-hmm.
But keeps it modern, and so it's just like, they're in the West, but he still speaks normal. He doesn't put on some weird Southern accent. He doesn't put on some weird Texas accent or anything like that. He doesn't put on an accent at all.
That's like the point. It's like
that's
it got stepped into a goddamn time machine.
It's Seth MacFarlane walking through all the obvious jokes that you would make about a Western in the form of a Western movie.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and that is what I want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to see that, don't watch anything that's made with Seth MacFarlane.
The only thing I have to say was when I first saw the trailer for it, the thing that made me the most happiest was that they actually got Liam Neeson to play an American cowboy.
Oh, did they?
Oh my god! That legendary joke from that one episode.
Yes.
I remember.
Oh, that's.
I'm gonna wrangle up some cattles.
Does he actually do like those kind of lines too?
I didn't see. I just saw that he appeared, and I was just like, yes! You
Here
can
comes
tell that casting was for every Family Guy fan right there.
Yeah, it's just like, we were made to be gone a fortnight. We wanted some wrangles up some kettles.
What the hell with parliamentary procedure?
Just to put things into perspective and round this all up here. Washington Post review here says that the movie is passably funny, assuming you have the stomach for jokes about diarrhea, sex, death, and all manner of body parts.
Hell yeah.
What's all about here? What the hell?
Like, yes!
Everything a Seth MacFarlane fan.
My thing is these are the same people who said, I didn't like Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet because it was too modern. It should have been set in its time period. What? The whole point of that fucking movie was that it's modern, you dumbass.
Which film?
Yeah, it was
Romeo and Juliet by Baz Luhrmann.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I will say this, probably one of my favorite John Leguizamo was the modern.
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean the whole point of that was to be a concept piece. I mean, we'd seen the traditional Romeo and Juliet a gajillion times before. Why not do something different? I mean, it's still true to the story, still true to the spirit of the characters and the story, and the dialogue. I mean, the dialogue's straight out of the play. They just changed the setting. You know, the actual time period of the setting.
And speaking of like modernizing really old stories, I would love to see like a modern day take on like Lord of the Flies.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
That could be cool, yeah.
Like that would be badass. Like instead of having kids, we maybe do like a group of, I don't know, adults or something, but the same like concept. You know, a bunch of people pretty much go stir crazy on a deserted island.
Isn't it called Lost?
Nah, that put too much fantasy in.
Oh yeah.
Mostly, this would just play on people just going crazy.
Right.
Yeah, that idea certainly has some potential. I mean, and we've seen other, modernized versions of traditionally period piece stories, such as, hey, Sherlock Holmes, anybody?
What's that?
That work really well because they're done well, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
I've only watched the first episode of the 3rd season.
I haven't watched any of it yet.
I was dragged down to
I don't
watch the
either.
first one.
Did you guys watch any of it yet, or are you still waiting on us?
Of what?
Of Sherlock season 3?
I've been
Honestly,
still
not
waiting.
really
You're
much
still
interest.
waiting? Skinslip, have you been waiting, or did you crack and watch
For
it?
what? I'm sorry, I was not paying attention.
Sherlock season 3?
No, I haven't watched it. I've been watching fucking Breaking Bad.
Oh,
So,
how far along are you in Breaking Bad?
Episode 3, season 3. I just finished that.
Oh, you're motoring along then, eh?
Yeah.
I've been watching Big Love.
Ow!
Really starting to get boring.
What, Jadzia?
I said I've been watching Big Love, and it's
Ah.
getting really boring.
Yeah, I don't know that one. So you're on to season 3 of Breaking Bad now. I remember you were kind of undecided when we last talked about it. You were only a few episodes in, I think.
Are you still undecided?
I want to punch Skylar in the uterus.
You and everybody else.
Amen to that.
Yes.
Fiery uterus. It's okay so far. I hear that the first 3 seasons are okay, and then it gets really good in the last 2 seasons. So I'm gonna finish the series. But like I get why people thought it was good. It's just not my cup of tea right now.
I see.
It's not bad though. I've seen worse shows. I've finished worse shows. So I'm gonna finish this one. You know.
Well, there you go.
Brandon, that's where my
I
camera
think,
from.
I think when you get to the end, you'll find it a very satisfying overall experience.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, and I found it to be one of the better series endings that I've seen. It was a very satisfying ending. So, with saying it.
Iguana Girl said punching Skylar in the uterus is too good for her. I don't know about that. I just punched her in the face a few times, and then I don't know, stupid any wounds that appear. Fuck that bitch.
That is correct. Duncan just said there's a Lord of the Flies film, and Skins just mentioned it has a Criterion release. Yes, it does.
There are 2 actually.
It also has a Masters of Cinema release there in the UK, so which is
there you
their
go.
version of Criterion.
There you go.
Yeah, there are actually 2 Lord of the Flies movies. There's a color and a black and white one.
Is
It was
there?
the colored one in high school.
Yeah, the Criterion one is the black and white one, I think.
Good, because that's the better one.
It's the 60s, early 60s version, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep meaning to pick it up. Now that I'm kind of focusing on Criterions, it's on my list.
Okay, guys.
In particular,
I gotta
because
call it a night.
it's at the HMV here where I usually get mine. So.
Okay.
All right, have a good night, Jadzia.
Hey, Jadzia.
Yeah.
Bye.
You're coming out at least a little bit.
Thanks. Love you guys.
Like,
Bye.
I think it's just a cacophony of. And yes, Brandon, your camera froze for me. That was the face you were making. It froze.
That's a good card right now.
very nice. Too bad I'm pixelated to shit.
Where-
I know, it was real
Oh, there it is.
So,
Having a huge fart.
it's like you're just in there going.
Skin Slips attempts to take a duck face selfie.
Oh Lord.
That happens to everybody. Anyway.
That was great. I'm gonna get some apple crisp. I'll be back.
Anyway,
Okay.
I forgot to go grocery shopping today, so I don't have any food.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say I forgot to go to the bathroom today.
Yeah, and I just shit all over everything.
I got in the car and took a shit.
Be right back and go to the car and take a shit. I don't know why, but I've been watching Angry Grandpa farting for like the last 3 days.
Oh, God.
Because he does these ones. He did one on an Easter video where he farted and he like hopped up and down, and it went like. It was really disgusting.
Ludo said his favorite character in Breaking Bad is the old fucker in the wheelchair. Good choice.
Oh,
I really like the old guy who is the helper, the guy who like cleans up the messes.
Oh, yeah, the cleaner. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it because Cass didn't say anything, but
Yeah.
he comes into the end of season 2 and beginning of season 3 and stuff.
Alrighty. So
You'll
I watch
know when you see him. You'll be like, ah, that's the guy.
Oh, so I watch all of season 2 expecting some character to comment, you bastard.
Near the end, I said. Yeah. Good. You should expect it.
Oh, I had a big
Coming.
piece of bullshit happen the other day. God. Someone, a personal friend of mine, started watching Dexter as well. When I did, except she binge watched it, so she finished it already. And she decided to post the ending on Facebook.
Oh.
So I have the series ruined for me. I know what happens at the end.
That's not
Oh, that sucks.
I
Which
also
series?
know what happened, by the way.
Which series?
Dexter.
Oh, fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
Now, for me, I'm pissed that I know what happens at the end, but I'm still gonna have a lot of fun with it because because unlike you guys that just like whatever and then I kind of whatever the show, I actually get excited to see how it leads up to that. Like,
True.
what are the events that cause that?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
journey.
And that's just as interesting to me.
Well,
So, I mean,
it's funny,
literally-
they did a research experiment. Well, we all talked about this. I don't know, over a year ago, about how they said that actual enjoyment of a movie or show isn't ruined by knowing the ending, because you're just as curious how it gets there.
Exactly. So I mean,
But
good thing
not that I want to
that was
spoil it.
spoiled was literally like what happens to Dexter, not like what happens
Exactly.
overall. So yeah, I just know what happens to him. I don't know what happens to anybody else. So so that's going to be still a surprise for me. But I'm absolutely loving the show, and I think I had the same experience. I think everybody did watching the show. Everybody hated the first season. Hated it, did not care to watch it, suffered through it because they were hoping that the show would get better, and it does. It gets so much better. It becomes tense as shit. Like fucking
Not gonna
24 tense.
anytime soon, and I didn't like 24 either.
Well, I was using 24 as an example of like the end of an episode of just like shit's happening at the end. No! I wanted to go for like 3 more minutes just because I want the little thing that's going that they're actively doing to end. So I want to see how it ends, but no, you have to wait like a week to find out what happens. And it starts doing that at the beginning of season 2.
Good night, Iguana Girl. Bye.
Good night, Iguana Girl.
Good night, Remaker.
Night Remaker
And Iguana Girl.
and Iguana Girl.
Good night, everybody.
Apple Crisp.
Nice.
So I thought I'd ask since Johnson's trying to say this, I figured you would feel in my pain.
I thought you were going to say pants.
But no, a couple days ago, on a personal friend of mine on their Facebook page, I figured out that she had started binge watching Dexter. And finished it before I did and decided to post the main point at the end on Facebook.
Oh my god, I can't believe blankety blank like I fucking hate you.
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
am
So
people
I
do
know, like I said, thankfully though, like we were all talking about, for me, like knowing the end isn't like the end of the world. Like it's still very interesting to know that where I'm at now, what are the events that lead to that. And the only thing that she posted about was what happened to the main character, not what happened, because there's like 9 or 10 other characters in this story. So what happens to everybody else? So I don't know what happens to everybody else. It's literally just Dexter.
And we read and talked about the that one research study, like I think it was a year or two ago, in which they said that technically knowing the end of the movie or show doesn't spoil it for you because you're still intellectually stimulated to find out how you get there.
Well, yeah, but it's a different kind of experience.
Yeah,
You're still
you're not
robbed of that element
instead
of
of going,
surprise.
oh, that's what happens. Instead of that, it's that's how it got to that.
Right.
So it's still
I don't want spoilers still. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But for me, it kind of ruins the excitement of the last episode.
Mm-hmm. It becomes a Columbo story. You know who the killer is. You know who the killer is and how they did it. No, not like CSI. It becomes a Columbo story because you know who the killer is and how they did it. The fun is finding out how Columbo figures it out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was the mistake they made? What did they miss?
I need to start watching
No
Case
crime is
Closed.
perfect.
That's a show I definitely recommend to everybody if you like mystery
Which one?
shows. Case Closed.
Case closed.
Anime, actually.
Oh, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Oh, I remember now.
Yeah. Cool. Ooh.
It's one of those that's like Clue. It's like the event, the beginning of the show is the whatever taking place. Then the middle of the episode is the main character figuring out the case. And then the very, very end is the did you notice all the clues? And it's only, and they point out all the clues that were in the episode that you could have figured out.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously with this kind of show, it's complete unrealistic bullshit. That there's no way in the span of like 10, 15 minutes that you could have figured all this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh. Well, that strange guy, you should have asked that while Jadzia was here, because she's been right into Defiance.
Yeah.
None of us have seen it.
seen it or played the game.
That strange guy, yeah. Just asked, have you guys seen the show Defiance? And so what do you think of it? Yeah, Jadzia would have been the one to ask about that, because he's playing the game and watching the show.
You hate the remake.
I think I'm done.
Let's make him a saint.
On Steam.
Yeah.
Fine.
And caffeine. Out of both of those things.
Alrighty.
Well,
Alright.
have yourself a good night, Brandon. Take care of yourself, buddy.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Bye.
See the rest of you guys next week.
We're not doing the groupings next week, just so you guys know, because I'm working way too late. And Skin Slip is going to be way too tired at that hour. Because that would mean we wouldn't even be starting for at least another hour and a half at this point in the evening.
Yeah.
And this is how tired we are now.
Yeah. And if I hadn't had such a rough day, I would just stick it out and stay till midnight, like I had been the last couple of weeks. But
yeah. No, don't torment yourself. There will always
I
be
just had a really rough day, and I just want to reset and try tomorrow. You know.
Sounds good.
One of those days where you're like, why am I even awake? Why did I get out of bed? You should just gone right back to sleep and said, fuck it, reset. Alright, guys, I am actually taking off now. Take it easy, guys.
Alrighty. Have a good night.
Remaker says.
Bye.
The Remaker says Defiance just looks really cheap to me.
What, like any other made-for-TV sci-fi channel movie? They all have that.
It's a series.
Like, people have pointed this out, that there is a obvious, notable television quality when it comes to sci-fi original shows.
Well, sci-fi channel in particular, because they just don't put any money into anything they do.
No, they don't.
They really
That's the
don't.
sad part. They
But then you look at
stories, but they're just when you got nothing to stare at. While they're telling
like
stories.
a lot of their TV shows, like their ongoing series, are good, like in terms of stories.
Yeah.
Their fucking one-off movies though are just garbage, like absolute garbage.
I think I only found out of all the years that I've seen one-off movies and TV shows from the Sci-Fi Channel, I only seen one that I somewhat liked, and that was one of their many, 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 many thousands of remakes of War of the Worlds, where one of the giant ships shot off a part of the building and it landed on a guy, and they pulled him from underneath the big chunk of concrete, and he was still alive, but in half.
Ah.
And I'm like, that's interesting.
No,
that was about it.
Was that the Asylum version? Because I have that one on DVD. I still haven't watched it.
I have no idea. All I know is it said it was a Sci-Fi Channel original movie, and it was from like 2001.
Oh, okay, so it wouldn't have been then. No, the Asylum one was 2005 when the
really early.
The Spielberg movie came out. Interesting. See, that was probably back when that would have been back when they were still the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh yeah.
And they were actually trying to do actual sci-fi at the time. And now they're just doing fucking schlock.
Yeah. I mean, like, even you guys are like hardcore sci-fi fans and stuff like that. I'm glad to hear that you guys agree with me that their one-off shows and their made-for-TV movies are just like ball-wrenchingly bad.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh god.
Well, they're like I don't know if you're here for this. I was saying this last week. I don't know why they don't embrace the whole science fiction genre and actually tap that pool of talent out there to make good movies for the channel. You know, there's tons of authors out there who I'm sure would love to have their stuff adapted for the screen. You know, a lot of great sci-fi novels I'm sure they could option the rights to fairly cheap that would make great movies. You know, or get some of the up-and-coming science fiction authors out there to write original stuff. You know, write original movies for the Sci-Fi Channel. They could be the freaking HBO of sci-fi. There's no reason why they couldn't do that. They just don't want to.
They just don't want to put any money into it.
That's it, right there.
Any effort.
Because they feel like they can get enough money back just doing it the way they are. That why put any extra money into it?
The thing is, if they actually put quality stuff out there, the audience would come. The audience would respond to it. Look how they've responded to the quality stuff that HBO's been doing. So why can't we have that level of quality, but for other genres? You know.
Well, if you look, like,
there
are a lot of channels that are trying to do what HBO's been doing, right? Like AMC is
probably the most successful.
And then there's Bates Motel and stuff like that. You see that kind of stuff starting to take place.
It's getting there.
Yeah, but sci-fi I think is going to be a stupid fucking holdout on that shit.
Yeah, as always, the science fiction genre is the last to the party because it gets the least amount of respect, despite the fact that geeks rule the fucking world these days. You'd think that would have changed by now.
Nah, it'll never change.
But there really is just such a wealth of material out there. I mean, even if they want something cheesy to do, it doesn't have to be B-movie schlock like Giant Shark versus Mega Octopus 6 or whatever the fuck they're doing now.
I love that one.
And, you know, there are cheesy sci-fi novels that could be adapted. There are sci-fi comics that could be adapted. You know, there's an abundance of cheese out there that could fill their cheese quotient, yet still give the more highbrow sci-fi fans something to enjoy, something with a little more meat to it, you know.
I'm watching this guy.
How about the Honor Blackman series? You know, just grand sweeping space opera, but very pulpy space opera, featuring a hot chick basically taking on the space empire. Why are they not adapting that? That'd be great. I'd be all over that. They did, like, I don't know, 15 novels of that series or something. It's supposed to be great.
You know what would be cool is if they could get the guys who did all the Marble Hornet stuff and get them to develop an original series. That would be fucking awesome.
Then it could be low budget but effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I do? I lost a Reese's piece! Oh, there it is. The perils of being fat.
And Destiny says, HBO sci-fi. I would subscribe to that if the content was HBO level. Yeah, you see, I'm sure a lot of people would. A lot of people would. Vermont says something along the lines of invasion of the Titanic in the middle of an octornado. That's with octopi, octopuses, tentacle things. So aliens land on the Titanic, yeah. And AC says HBO made network TV step up its game. Yeah. I think it really did. I like the fact that, well, I've said this before also, that just that long-form continuing stories, like more serialized stories, have finally started to take off here over the past few years. More continuity heavy. Because back in the day, everything was very episodic. I mean, you could still have, it would basically be like, you'd have the season opener and the season ender, and that would be the only points where things would really change in the series, maybe, with a cliffhanger or whatever, leading into the next season. But now it's like most of the major successful shows right now are serialized. I mean, they're ongoing stories, and it's great. Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Breaking Bad. Well, those are all epic serials, you know. AC, yeah. AC says, I truly mean it when I say most of the best, maybe a good 80% of good TV is because HBO upped the bar. So why the hell does sci-fi think doing the complete opposite would work? Well, because I think it's just because their standards are so low. It's working well enough for their low standards. You know, they don't care about upping the bar.
Well, the thing is, if you look at the way that the media fucking works nowadays for most channels, for most cable stations at least, they're only really interested in reaching a certain audience. They're interested in reaching an audience of people with under 4th grade education level, and they know how to reach them, and they have discovered after all this time the secret of how to reach them for as cheaply as possible so that they can make as much money as they can off of that. And the answer is reality television.
Yeah.
When they can make reality television, a reality television show for under $1 million, and then show you the same damn episodes over and over and over again, day after day after day, week after week after week, month after month after month, and you just keep eating it up over and over and over again like people do.
Just recycling it.
And people just keep eating it up over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And they know they can get away with it, so they're getting away with it. So they don't want to change the way they're doing things. It's like, well, we're making money doing what we're doing now.
I think it is almost the death of art on television. The rise of reality TV.
Mm-hmm. Fuck television.
Thankfully, that doesn't seem to be the case, because there are exceptions that aren't just exceptions, they're exceptional exceptions, such as HBO and AMC, you know, that are really...
That sounds like a good book title, Exceptional Exceptions.
Exceptional Exceptions. But you know, ones that really do raise the bar and do so amazingly. I think maybe that's what it is like, because you see shows like that, like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead and Breaking Bad, and you think like, wow, TV can be this good. Come on, rest of TV, get your shit together, make it happen.
Here come the cops.
Yeah. To arrest all the producers of bad television.
No, they're coming after you for speaking
That's right.
the truth.
You speak the truth to jail with you.
So I just watched this YouTube video of Glenn Beck talking about Watch Dogs.
Really?
It teaches people how to hack in real life.
Oh, God. Yeah, totally.
He said in the video, he goes, Aiden Pierce is what you would call an anti-hero. He's not a hero. He's not that kind of person. And he goes, he's an anti-hero. He goes, why is there so many anti-heroes? Why can't we just have a hero? He goes, why can't we have a Superman?
There is a Superman!
We had a movie
Superman
last year!
And just the thought that he actually believes that this teaches people how to hack in real life is borderline retardation.
Oh yeah.
It really is.
That teaches
Glenn
you
Beck is borderline retardation.
That
So.
teaches you as much about hacking as GTA teaches you about the proper use and care of firearms.
Yeah.
I.e., not at all.
Yeah. Glenn Beck is one of those people that you cannot in any way tell him that video games in any way, shape, or form is a form of creative artistic expression. He just won't believe it. Even, now this is going to be kind of it's an AVGN reference, but it's mostly just a rare game reference. The Flowers of Robert Mapplethorpe for the Philips CDI. That is a video game. It is also an example of artistic expression because it's literally just a fucking collage of pictures of flowers. That's all it is. The entire game. And it's actually not really a game. So you're telling me that there's no such thing as a video game that's a piece of artistic expression? That is a big load of bullshit. Because Robert Mapplethorpe is your answer right there.
You don't even need that for your answer.
That would be like the beat it over your head, duh moment answer here. But yeah, I do believe. Watch Dogs is gorgeous. It is. You have to be an artist to create something that beautiful. You really do.
The thing about any art is that people will internalize what they see of themselves in art. They do it all the freaking time. It's pretty much undeniable at this point. I'm just waiting for them to do scientific studies that fucking prove this fact. They internalize it, and they let it inform who they are as a person. But there's a difference between internalizing something and then going out and doing what you saw in a video game.
Well, yeah.
When you do that, you're completely certifiably insane.
Yeah.
You don't have a problem with video games. You have a problem with mental health.
Yeah, I know. The powers that be are always like a easy scapegoat, something to point a finger at.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you so afraid to point the finger at what the actual problem is? Instead of just looking for some fantasy scapegoat to help
you want to know the honest-to-God answer?
Political campaign.
Because the actual problem hurts their bank accounts. It hurts their bank accounts, and it causes them to actually have to do something. So they will go out of their way to point it at something where they don't have to do anything. Blame it on something else, and it magically goes away.
Yeah.
And it's pissing me off, and it's pissing a lot of people off because it's putting a very bad name on a true artistic form.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, it's a video game, it's a fad, whatever, it'll go away. I'm sorry, but it's not. Video games have been firmly established as the next to film, the second largest entertainment industry in the world. It is not fucking going anywhere.
Well, I think they've actually made more money than film, haven't they, in the past few years?
Well, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about little production size. Literally, when it comes to the number of studios, the number of people making movies, the number of released and distributed film.
Like the big games, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, is larger than video games, but not by much.
Yeah.
They're closing the gap.
Yeah, they are.
In regards to all the abundance of reality television, Manic says at some point even the Junkions are going to give up on current programming. Rubenart says if the Junkions are watching TV now, they will talk like reality TV stars. That's kind of scary.
That's what he does, the crazy third personality in GTA 5. I forget his name. He's kind of crazy. I'm not sure if that's art there.
Of the art there, yeah. Sorry, Zach Torbeck is just asking me, didn't you block somebody because they said they only subscribed because you look like Glenn Beck? And he was unsubscribing because he wasn't pleased with the content? Possibly. I used to get a lot of people saying I look like Glenn Beck, and
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Migs have short hair, round features. I don't know, but yeah, I used to have a lot of people saying that. It seemed to be a thing for a while. It's just every other comment was like, "You look like Glenn Beck." Maybe Glenn Beck was particularly in the public eye that month. I don't know, but eventually I did get annoyed with it, and I think I did start blocking people just on that basis alone. but I don't remember if I blocked someone specifically because he said he wasn't pleased with my, I guess, non-Glenn Beck-like content. So wait a minute, if I look like him, I have to do the same kind of thing, apparently. Stupid people.
Post the link. He goes, back in the 90s when I saw this image in Riven, I thought, why don't other games look like this? What's funny is we're now at that point where we've surpassed this level.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, at the time, yeah, that was pretty amazing graphics when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Riven was very similar to Myst, wasn't it?
It was the
It's
sequel.
the sequel.
Yeah.
Was it? I never followed much of Myst.
Yeah, it was from the same people.
I read the books.
Set in the same world.
They did a bunch of fantasy novels based on the Myst universe, and they're really fucking great.
Yeah, somewhere on my shelf up there I have Myst 3 Exile. And that's it.
Well, Riven is Myst 2.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah. This is the Superdome from Riven. But
Can never get into Myst games. Yeah, even me, a big point-and-click adventure game fan.
Yeah. Well, it's a very different kind of thing because it's very heavily puzzle based.
Yeah.
And exploration based.
Wasn't it?
Pardon?
I think Geek's Quest wasn't, with its wonderful Sierra logic.
Yeah.
Throw custard pie at fucking what is it? What are those things called? I'm having a total brain fart.
Kobolds?
No. No, you had to throw Yeti. That's what it was. Yeah, that's one of the puzzles. You get the custard pie at like the first 15 minutes of the game, and this is 5 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to attempt to not use or eat the custard pie for 5 hours. Use it to kill a Yeti, throwing it in the face, and it falls off the edge of the cliff.
Well, by that time, the custard pie would be pretty fucking old, so...
probably kill him from the rancidness.
I just think that's hilarious. That's what people, they've dubbed it. It's called Sierra logic.
Mm-hmm.
It's because only companies like Sierra Online and Sierra could come up with stuff like put gem in mouth.
Yes. Well, so it's basically the rule of thumb with those types of games is don't use any item unless you see a clear use for it.
Yeah.
So don't just something like that, a pie. That's something you could have just randomly eaten at any point, and then you wouldn't have been able to finish the game.
But it wouldn't have, told you that you did anything wrong. It would have just given you a dialogue box that said, "Ooh, that pie was delicious," and you would just gone on with the game. And then 5 hours into the game, you can't progress because you ate the custard pie.
That's right. But they wouldn't, a lot of modern games, if you do something,
it would stop you and
it'll stop and say, this character died, you cannot finish the game without this character, and they'll just stop it right there, mercifully. They didn't do that with the Sierra games. You would eat the pie, as you just said, it would just say, the pie is delicious. And then you would continue on playing for 5 hours, being none the wiser. And it wouldn't be until 5 hours later, when you get to that point, that you would realize, oh, fuck. I shouldn't have eaten that pie.
Yeah, you get to this point, and you play it, and you use every possible scenario you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
You can't think of, why is this not working? And then you finally get frustrated to talk to a friend who's beat it, or nowadays look it up online, and you realize that you're supposed to throw a custard, and you go, custard pie. Fuck!
Oh, that pie I ate 5 minutes into the game, yeah.
No! Actually, I remember Journeyman Project was kind of like that. You had to really figure out what exactly you were to do with the certain items.
Yeah.
It was, what was it? When you encounter the guy who's been traveling through time, messing everything up.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing basically on a metal platform.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really have any items you can use. What you're actually supposed to do is to grab a bare piece of wire and stick it on the platform and basically electrocute him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you beat the game.
Ah.
Because I remember you and I, like, we went to the 3 different time periods and, like, fixed everything, and then it's like, okay, well, what do we do now? Is there any input? And I didn't find out until like, a couple of years later. I happened to have a classmate who played. He's like, yeah, you just grab the wire and electrocute him. Oh.
Did we never finish it? I can't even remember.
I don't think we did. Like I said, like there were the 3 time periods.
Really far.
There were the 3 time periods where you had to go back and you had to like fix everything discreetly that his guide messed up.
Yeah.
Like I forget what it was, but like it was. There was one thing where there was like some convention on Mars, and he was setting it up so that a bomb was going to go off or something like that, and that would have destroyed the peace accord or something that they had with other. That's
right. To like find the bomb and disarm it or something.
Yeah, because it was going to trigger a war or something like that.
Yeah.
There's another one. There was something else. Some person was going to get assassinated or something. No, that was the final one. That's what it was. Was the because that day like the leader of some intergalactic like UN kind of thing was coming to Earth. And he was going to get assassinated by this guy, so you had to basically stop it from happening.
Okay, right.
Yeah. See, I remember we got a fair... Yeah, because I didn't get very far through because the alarm scared me.
Oh, yeah. So then you watched me play.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and I figured it out.
Well, because the whole thing was, yeah, you went to your place of work where... Because your job was to monitor time, basically, make sure that nobody was going back and screwing anything up.
Yeah.
And so, like, in the game, like, there was a video you would watch, and it explained, like, the whole thing to you, like, what you're supposed to do and like that. And then as soon as you would back out of having watched it all, then the alarm was going off because, that's the thing you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, alarm, I don't know what to do.
So you watched the tutorial and then got scared.
Pretty much.
The game started.
I know, and I remember you were playing, like, what, did you think your boss was going to run out and be like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I frightened way too easy with games as a kid.
You did. Like The Mummy and DuckTales. And,
yes.
And the opening titles of The Adventures of Teddy Ruxpin.
And the elephant from the C&E commercials.
I want to read a little bit of you guys.
I forgot that one. I think it was just an animated elephant that appeared.
Really?
It was like an animated elephant that appeared, and it was like, welcome to the X. And I was like, ah! Mind you, with that one, I was like 3. So.
But kids love elephants. Saying it. I'm trying to see the way Cass saw it. Welcome to the X.
Yeah.
It's like, he's gonna eat me.
I think that's what it was. It was like an animated, like it came up to the screen or something.
Yeah, here we go. I want to read a little bit here of King's Quest V walkthrough. this part about the custard pie.
Yes.
This here. So this is the official Sierra Planet walkthrough for King's Quest V. It says, continue north to get captured by wolves. King Graham will be greeted by Queen Isabella, who will tell the wolves to take him away. The moment the wolves start advancing towards Graham, play the harp to help the Queen's heart a bit. Very nice tune, Queen Isabella will tell Graham to get rid of the Yeti. Save the game. Follow the path north to the Yeti's cave. The moment you see the Yeti, throw the custard pie at it. It will get all confused and fall off the cliff. What a dope that Yeti was. Wonder why Queen Isabella couldn't have gotten rid of it herself. So yeah, that's the kind of logic. I mean, like, before you even go up to the mountain, it tells you, make sure you have the following items: a tambourine, a rope, a hammer, a custard pie, a leg of lamb, a cloak, a harp, and beeswax, and a sled.
Okay.
How does any of that make sense?
Sierra logic.
Sierra logic.
Because those are totally the things you'd normally take with you when going outside.
As some of the Let's Plays I've seen with Lazy Game Reviews and Pushing Up Roses, shove it all in your pants. I'm just gonna put, this tambourine, rope, hammer, custard pie, leg of lamb, cloak, harp, beeswax, and a sled. Just shove it all in my pants.
Yeah. The remaker is saying, Sean would appreciate this. I noticed in the guide to Jack 3 that there was a precursor alphabet. Neat. Everything can be translated. It says, I'm pretty sure the precursor alphabet is as simple as ours, just different symbols, so it's super easy. Yeah, I think the alien language text in Dead Space was like that as well. It was basically our alphabet, just different symbols.
It's like our alphabet, but not.
Yes. Duncan was saying that's why I wanted to learn Denis. In the Myst series, the language is everywhere. You don't need to know it to play it, though. Although in Riven, you do have to learn how to count in Denis. You actually go to school. Lol. And then he says, I found it amazing that in Riven you played a person who suddenly found himself on an alien world and had to figure everything out, even down to learning how to count in the local language and the symbols they used for colors in order to get off the world. Anyway, the last puzzle was very difficult for me as it uses colors and I'm colorblind.
Right, so I gotta move these varying shades of red.
It all just looks great to me. Shade of gray.
It is at that moment that I realized I was a dog.
Yes. So you just take one look at the puzzle, say woof, and move on.
I have ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah, well, I have
Actually, I have a little bit of mint chocolate chip ice cream left. It's been in there for ages, though. It's probably hard as a rock.
I'm trying to decide if I want to play that or eat that now or play San Andreas.
Rosie and I went to DQ the other day.
Or eat San Andreas.
Both got hot fudge sundaes.
Nice.
I love DQ sundaes.
Mm-hmm.
Soft ice cream.
I had epic ice cream this week with work.
Yes, you did, you practice making bastard.
Oh yeah, you missed that. Me sharing all of the free meals I got through work.
Destiny says sounds like a cheat code. Just say or enter woof. Puzzle solved. Oh, who knew?
You win!
Congratulations. You have just played a great
I
game.
I thought that was one of the greatest Easter eggs in the new Ghostbusters game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the little intermission, and when you're walking around the firehouse, you go up to one of the computers. On the computer screen is that ending credits.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
The NES game.
I love that.
All of its wonderful misspellings and.
As it should be.
I have it somewhere. Actually, a picture of it on my Facebook. Go find it.
Yeah, Sean, I shared this with Lana yesterday. She was getting mad at me for putting up pictures of food and showing that. So
Yes.
So I sent her this video called The Week in Review.
God. Oh, God. The Week in Review, May 26th to 29th, 2014. Well, you won't be able to hear the music, but you can at least see the video.
The douchey video.
The douchey video. So it's because you kept sending pictures of food to Lana.
And she was getting annoyed by it, so I was like, here, watch this video.
The Week in Review.
Yeah, dog.
I can't see me love nobody. But here you go. Here you go, Sean. This is the picture that I took.
Hold on.
You can't really read the text, but you can tell that's what that is. Because you can see the awkwardly spaced out 3 exclamation points.
Congratulations. You
There we
have
go.
completed a great game.
You have proved the justice of our culture.
There we go.
It's from Boastgusters.
Good old Boastgusters.
What
Go and
what is the computer? I'll have to go back and play that just to see what the computer, like what kind of computer that is.
proved the justice. Proved with 2 O's. Proved the justice of our culture. Go and rest our heroes.
Go and rest our heroes.
And Sean, there's a picture of the ice cream I had. It wasn't in the video. That's the ceiling.
Thanks,
No.
cat.
Hold on. Finding my way back.
Mm.
Oh, ice cream.
Mm.
Holy crap.
Yes. It's mint chocolate chip, cookie dough, and root beer on top.
I'm aware that I went full screen. Fuck off. Thank you. Really don't need to tell me that every time.
A waffle cone too, my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Next charge. Now I should concede this ice cream I actually had to pay for. The other meals were free.
So I see, so you got the waffle cone, mint chocolate chip. What's above that?
Cookie dough.
So cookie dough.
And then root beer. Basically tasted like a root beer float.
Root beer. Weird.
Mm.
Crazy. That looks really good.
Yeah. I was in Chemainus, actually. Right in the town.
Chemainus.
Where I had actually never been. I've only ever just driven through it, like on my way up to Nanaimo or whatever.
Chemainus.
But yeah, it's a neat little town.
Chemainus in your anus.
Oh, God.
Hey, Bam, what you doing? I'm looking at your anus from my anus.
Chemainus.
Looking through a telescope in my anus.
Oh, God.
There's a sewage treatment plant in my anus.
There's a car in my anus. There's a fire truck in my anus.
I'm munching on the hot dog in my anus.
There's a convenience store in my.
Look, there's a teepee in my anus.
Have there ever been any big celebrities in my anus?
Is there anything fun to do in my anus?
Oh, oh, there's a Jack Russell Terrier in my anus.
I think we've pretty much milked my anus as much as we can.
So it just reminded me of that Patrick Stewart on SNL you were telling me about.
Oh, the
All right,
anal
class,
sex.
we're going to learn about anal sex.
Yes. You shouldn't have anal sex because there's lots of ripping and tearing and.
Bad for the anus.
Yes. I'll always remember all the anus jokes from Jackass because that's also where they did poo diving.
Poo diving?
They poo dived in the sewage treatment plant in my anus.
Oh.
I'll never forget that because they made him do it. He dived in climbed out real fast, took off his underwear, and proceeded to chase Bam Margera with
Yeah, they did a couple of visits to my anus. There was one in the show that he was in one of the movies.
Yeah, I remember I don't think it was in my anus.
How could you not know?
I'm entirely sure, but the one where I forgot what they were doing, but they tied a pair of underwear to a tree, and he was gonna jump off the tree, and it was gonna act like a bungee because of the stretchiness. It ends up and he falls and he flips forward and tears his asshole. There's blood in the underwear.
I think I remember that.
That's high art right there for you. That's high art.
Didn't quite work the way it was supposed to.
No. Or the one they tried to make the slingshot into the swamp.
That, yeah.
Yeah, it ended up just thrusting them forward, and they all just run into the swamp.
Yeah.
I have to watch those.
I have not watched Jackass in a long time.
I still need to see 3 and 3.5.
What?
Yeah, the bungee wedgie, that's what it was.
I've not seen the bungee wedgie. Yeah, I remember that.
That's what that one is.
I have not seen Bad Grandpa either.
Oh yeah, I got a 0.5 now. That has what you call?
Oh, there's another half movie.
Holy crap! Here comes Jesus, and he doesn't look too happy.
Nice. I'll have to get
I've got these gifts
collection all
for
up to date.
you. They're up in my bum.
Oh, Bad Grandpa 0.5.
Yeah, that was it.
Duncan just admitted to have never seen Jackass.
Wow, really? It is hilariously stupid.
Yep.
The thing I'll never forget, because I went and saw the first one in theaters with Uncle Dave.
Mm.
And I remember, you come out of a movie and there's sort of that general murmur of everybody kind of chanting, "Oh, that was good. Oh, yeah, I enjoyed it. I love this part." Dead silence walking out of that theater.
Really?
I'll never forget that. A couple people talking maybe, but it was just so silent coming out of that theater. Everybody just in shock.
Oh my god.
Coming out of Jackass?
The first one, yeah.
Of course. You just sat there for 2 hours and watched one long-ass episode of Jackass.
Pretty much.
There isn't really much to
Ending with
say.
a toy car getting shoved up somebody's ass.
I still can't believe he got away
In
with
the
that.
hardware store toilet.
Oh god, I love that.
Just watch
Just the guy's just sitting there talking, just having it, oh yeah, and this model here, and then you just hear,
Hey, what are you doing?
he's like, "Oh, I'll be done in a second," just with the newspaper.
He tries to flush it.
Like, what the hell are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry.
He leaves, and he's just like, "What an asshole."
I love the build-up for that. They're in the band.
Oh god.
He just looks horrifically uncomfortable.
Oh.
He's like, that's
It's just for the so cameraman.
Well, they had to
vegetarian.
come back and do it another time because he shit himself before they got to the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
They fed him all this food and it prevented him from shitting for almost a whole day.
And the cameraman was throwing up and.
I think it said on the thing, it said cameraman vegetarian.
Yeah.
Shits his pants and everyone leaves and starts barfing in the street.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
God.
That was the segue little clips they have, especially in Jackass. I think it was the movie where they had the big fat guy, and it was in his underwear and a wife beater shirt being chased by
Wee Man.
by Wee Man wearing the same thing.
Yeah, well, they do. That was a running gag they would do, where they would have Wee Man being chased by the big guy.
Yeah.
And,
My favorite was one of the ones on the show when the big guy, he'd be like walking by, he's like, oh, and, you know, he'd like walk by some people, be like, oh, I don't feel well. Oh God! You'd go and run into a porta potty. You just hear these massive shitting sounds. Oh my God! Oh God! It burnt. And then Wee Man would come out.
Yeah.
People would be like, wait, what?
Like, oh, that's better. I remember that.
There's that much shit in him. He came out a midget.
I liked the roller disco in the back of the semi truck.
Oh yeah.
And they were doing like donuts around the parking lot.
And Bam
Well, then he slams on the
door.
brakes, yeah, and he like face plants into the bulkhead.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you see like bits of tinsel all over the parking lot. And, like,
Yeah.
The one where they greased up was it Johnny Knoxville's mom's kitchen. They greased up the floor. And they were like feet skating in the kitchen.
I just love the one with Bam's dad. Were with his parents when they set off the fireworks in the bedroom.
Yes. Oh my God.
And then it's like an hour later, he's like getting in his van, then they set them off in the van.
Well, he's just
cuts to this
quietly
exterior
getting
shot.
up and like quietly opens the door and like closes it quietly. Just goes to start the car and
And then like cuts to the outside shot, you just see all the other cars parked in the street, there's one just lighting up inside.
exploding with fireworks.
Oh my God.
Oh.
That's the first gag they did in the first Jackass.
Oh, there you go. Bluto says Jackass live viewings. I will donate $100.
Oh God.
Yeah, the first.
I would be
joke
totally
they did,
down to do some live Jackass viewings.
the first movie where they went and they rented a car.
Mm-hmm.
They rented a car, then they modified it for the destruction.
Oh
derby.
yes.
Oh.
Then they filled the trunk with blow-up dolls.
Yeah.
So they half destroyed the car, modified it, then destroyed it. They filled the trunk with blow-up dolls and attempted to return it to
God, I know.
Oh, and the best part was very adamant about declining the insurance when he rented
Yes.
the car.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of drunk when I signed.
God.
Oh, I remember that, Bluto. The one where they tried to shoot bottle rockets out of Steve-O's ass.
Oh.
And he stood there, and he clenched it to hold on to it, and they lit it. He goes, now, and then they're like, now, Steve-O, when it goes off, you need to relax. So he lights it, and he freaks out, and he clenches, and he grabs it.
Well, it's because like the rocket was firing straight into his fumes.
Yeah. He's just like, oh God, he's running
It's
around.
just like a rocket blast into his crotch.
I'm trying to remember if it was that or the rocket skates. When it's like,
He's running around with a rocket going off in his ass.
that one with the rocket skates. It's like, oh, this should work better. Oh, why are you using different rockets? No, just more.
Just more.
It's just more.
He's just like skating and they're just blowing fire and exploding. He's like, oh God.
My favorite was still the golf carts. When they like go and hit that like ceramic pig or whatever the hell it was. It was just like
Flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them was almost killed during that one too. Like,
Yeah,
that was
Johnny.
crazy.
Almost broke his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost broke his neck.
Yeah, because you could hear like the medics like shouting like "Don't touch him"
Yeah.
when they're running up to see if he's all right.
Yeah. No, but he was fine. He's dodged a bullet there, but they showed the replay and like how close it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. No, some of the crazier stuff. Or like when he gets into the boxing ring with that.
Alrighty. Have a good night, AC.
Night.
With the little Chinese girl.
No, there was that one. No,
That
it
was
was
Ryan.
Chinese boxing girl.
what's his name, like Butterbean or whatever.
Yeah, Butterbean.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, that was in a department store.
Yeah.
They had like the department store wrestling match.
Yeah.
He was like Butterbean or something like
Yeah,
that.
and he's like out cold in one round. He let him get one hit, so he at least had one.
Yeah.
And he just knocked him out cold.
Yeah.
They can see he's like, is Butterball okay? He's just out of it. I think one of my favorite segments, just the start of it, was when they were trying to do like the tree wedgie thing.
The tree wedgie.
Jump out of the tree into the underwear and then get a wedgie.
Oh, so that's what we were talking about before. Yeah, it was like
at the beginning when he's like, this isn't gonna work.
So he jumps out and does it, and then like it hits so hard it tears that part of his ass.
Oh, I remember that. You just saw the blood.
Yeah.
Oh, the goose.
Yeah.
Oh. Or the other infamous one, the paper cuts.
No,
Oh.
I do not watch that.
That one's pretty brutal.
Yeah,
Destiny says, then there was the scene where they made their own snow cone naturally flavored.
You know what's funny, actually? I missed that scene because I, ironically enough, had to go to the washroom.
And Duncan says, well, didn't they grow the snow cone organically and pluck it off the snow cone tree?
I just remember I came back and Dave was just sitting there looking particularly horrified. I was like, so what I missed? He's like, I can't even.
Hey, how about we fix it up with another one?
I just can't even tell you.
Like, explaining to him drive home, he's like, and not only that, they then kicked him in the balls.
That's right.
That's always their go-to. Like if something doesn't go quite right, they always have like Wee Man punch him in the nuts or
kick him in the balls.
Kicks them in the balls where they shave a square piece off the back of their head.
I love that. The ring, ring,
oh, the
ring.
random, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the cycle.
Yeah, that was great.
That was great. Like nobody was safe. Well, then we got like the crew and stuff too.
Yeah, the slow reactors. I love those where they're actually instead of just like eat, the guy freaks out.
Carlatin has a
They go
question.
like.
How does Stout Butt
landing
just sit there with a blank expression?
Because it's Stout Butt.
I like the scene.
What?
I've seen a bit of Jackass 3. I remember I saw a bit of Jackass 3, and I love the scene where they tried to recreate the old Max L commercial. You know, with the speaker blowing everything away.
Oh yeah.
When he was behind a jet engine. So they're playing like the same song. The drink just goes like whoosh, like away right away, and eventually you just blow away.
There are some seriously like painful things that like Johnny Knoxville's done, like getting shot with beanbags out of a shotgun.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, that was scary.
Oh yeah. Well, he had the paintball gun too. Was for Rolling Stone cover.
Yeah.
And of course, and he had like a jock strap over his crotch. But of course, all the asshole guys aimed for the crotch. Got him in like the nipple, and then a few got him in like
one of the first Jackass anything I ever really saw. I actually downloaded it. It was a clip of Johnny Knoxville wearing the jock strap when he had a cup, and they brought him like a kindergarten class to repeatedly kick him in the nuts.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
And then they started doing other things. They shot with a paintball in the nuts, and they hit a croquet ball in the nuts, and then like they dropped eggs from the roof. Right. Who's this like? Oh, jeez.
On the DVD sets, they have a lot of additional material, such as some of their earlier videos, like before they got the MTV deal. Just the earlier like crazy shit they would do. One of the very first things that they did was Johnny Knoxville getting tased, just to see what it would be like. And it was one of the old tasers that would, shoot the wires at you, and they're barbed, so they like hook into you, so they're almost like fish hooks. So he did that, and just got tased, and that was fun. Actually,
tough test.
my real first exposure to Jackass was the movie when it came out. I think I had heard of it before. I had no idea what it was. I just assumed it was something stupid that I wouldn't enjoy. And then I saw the movie, and I was like, wow, this is insane, but hilarious at the same time. And I just fell in love with it. So, but then the next exposure to Jackass I had was actually a video letter from Jason, where he had, I guess he had downloaded some clips from the show and threw them in as a bonus. And one of the ones I particularly enjoyed that he sent me was the milk challenge.
Oh, God.
You know the milk challenge?
The milk challenge was infamous, and it was also parodied in Kenny Rogers' Jackass.
Yes, it was. That's right. Kenny Rogers' Jackass.
I'm Kenny Rogers, and this is Jackass.
Yeah, it was great. The milk challenge. See who can drink 4 liters of milk first without hurling. Well, as quickly as possible, like however long it took. But yeah, so they had pink milk, brown milk, and white milk.
And the chick just drank it all. I was shocked.
One, yeah. One of them was saying how like the other guy just
came up cold.
Yeah, that's what you say. It's like it comes up cold. It's like this ice cold puke.
Oh man.
So well, I don't think I'm gonna have my ice cream just yet.
Oh god.
So Sean, I've been playing a little bit more San Andreas.
Oh yes.
Working my way through Los Santos. I was so annoyed though. I don't know if you remember the mission where it's one of the big smoke ones.
Okay.
And it's where you have to go and you take his friend and you end up chasing the guy on the motorcycle. He says still his rhymes or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was just so annoying because the guy just like zips into little alleys on the motorbike and you gotta chase after him and the other guy's shooting and you got 2 people on the motorbike so the handling's affected.
Yeah.
I finally beat it. I finally killed the guy and I was just driving back to where I was supposed to take the guy and the car blew up and I killed him.
Oh.
So it's like, no! I was like, oh, the car's on fire, I gotta get out. And he's just sitting in the car like, I'm gangsta!
Oh my god.
Oh, it's such a like, the whole time the guy just keeps, he's like, I'm gangsta!
Did he say that right before he blew up?
I wish he had. I'm gangsta! Like, oh, I gotta do the whole thing over again.
So he just would not get out of the car.
No.
He's too gangster to get out of the car.
Well, I think I died too. Like I didn't get out in time.
Well, yeah, if it's like an escort mission and your guy dies, then you automatically fail.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think I remember that one. That sounds familiar.
Well, and you can't take a car because then you'll lose the guy because he goes into little alleys and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And the
I remember that one being
fast.
tough.
He's way too fast on the bike too. So. But then with 2 people, you can't get going too fast. You almost fly out of control and lose the bike.
Isn't there a mission where you're actually on a bike with Big Smoke?
Yeah.
Would it just be doing a wheelie? I don't know if it was him. It was like OG Loke or whatever.
Maybe it wasn't a bike. Maybe it was something else. I can't remember.
It was like, how is he doing a wheelie? He's like, what do you mean? He do a wheelie? He's going 5 miles an hour.
I just love Big Smoke's drive-through order.
I'll
have 2 number 9s, number 9 large, number 45 with extra cheese. Well, then what was it? And then in the intervening mission where you're having to do the drive-by, he eats everybody else's food too. Like, damn it, Smoke!
It was getting cold.
Yeah.
It was getting cold.
That's my favorite GTA game.
Yeah, I really liked the characters in that.
The only one thing that's bugged me so far about the game, where I was telling this to Eric, was how it forces you to use the left stick for like driving and walking.
Oh,
I'm used to using the D-pad in the other GTA game.
Oh, okay. I don't
So,
remember.
yeah. And there's no way to change. You can change a bit of the layout, but that's one of the things you can't change, which is kind of annoying. But
Left stick. Hasn't it always been the left stick though?
the option is using the left stick, but you could also use the D-pad.
Oh, so you were like, so you've been using the D-pad the whole time?
Yeah.
The other ones?
When I play Vice City and that, I always use the D-pad.
Well, because I mean, the difference between that is the D-pad is digital, whereas the sticks are analog. So,
Yeah.
So they give you that additional control, so you can walk or run, you know.
Oh no, I've used the D-pad for walking before, or the stick for walking a few times.
Yeah.
Like generally, like if I'm just trying to get somewhere, just use the D-pad. If it's really precision, like I've got to walk up to the edge of a wall or something like that, then I'll use the stick.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of earlier like PS2 games would have both, where you could move with both, mainly as a sort of transition.
Yeah.
Because it was moving from the D-pad style controls. If you look at the original PlayStation controls, it was a D-pad.
Yeah.
It didn't have the analog sticks. That wasn't until the DualShock.
Mm-hmm. I'm gradually getting used to it. I probably won't even really notice anymore. And I remember, like, I played your San Andreas a bunch, so I obviously was used to it then.
Yeah. Well, and with the PS3, you don't really get that option anymore. I mean, unless you're playing an older game, like an old Genesis game or whatever. In which case, I pretty much always use the D-pad.
Mm.
It just feels wrong playing Sonic with an analog joystick.
Yeah.
It's the old ones, that is.
Yeah, I just find, like, you know, if I'm flying into a turn or something like that, I'll just hit the D-pad for the direction I want to go. Hit the opposite one just for a little bit of corrective steer.
Yeah.
And then generally I can get around corners pretty good, like I'm in a chase or something.
Yeah, that's true.
But
There was something that I used to use the D-pad for quite a bit for that reason, like for the added precision. I can't remember. Oh, I know what it was. It was Pac-Man Deluxe Championship, Deluxe Pac-Man Championship Edition. Because Pac-Man would always move forward. So I would use the D-pad just to accurately press the direction that I wanted, almost to like pre-program it. Just like, okay, then I want you to go up, then I want you to go left, and then, you know.
Yeah, because it would like remember, and then when it hit that intersection, it would go.
That's right. Yeah.
The way you want it to. Yeah. Yeah, I would like pre-program, if you will, like a bunch of turns.
Exactly. Well, I mean, one at a time, but it could pre-program the next turn. But,
yeah, sure, those would just can't. Yeah, because I made that mistake before, but if I had to do two quick ones, I'd be hitting for the second one, but he hadn't made the first one yet.
Yeah.
So he's like, like against the wall, like, no!
You're thinking ahead of the game.
Yeah.
There's a thing like that in Gundam, where some of the Gundam pilots kind of evolved to the point where they could anticipate the movements they would have to make so quickly that the machine, like the actual mechanics of the giant robot itself, couldn't keep up with how fast they were processing and thinking and planning.
That was a big issue in the Gundam Wing story.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that some of the pilots were just so good. They were executing commands faster than the actual computer could process it.
Yeah, well, that's actually straight out of the original. Like, that's in the first one as well. So there's probably a variation on that theme.
Yeah.
And it becomes quite important, especially in the latter part of the series. But yeah, which I thought was interesting. So it starts out with the machines being so amazing and superior, but then the humans evolving beyond, you know, which is pretty cool. And they kind of explored a similar theme in the book Armor. Anybody read Armor?
I haven't, no.
Okay, then.
Nope. No idea what you're talking about.
All right. Well, basically, Armor, it was kind of like Starship Troopers, in that, you know, Earth was at war with these insect aliens. And a good portion of the book followed this one particular soldier. Except instead of just having, you know, basic armor and guns and stuff, they had like these kind of exosuits that they would wear and mentally interface with, so they would become kind of one with the exosuit. And there was this one soldier in particular that they follow in the story who was really good at it. Like, he would literally become, like, him and the exosuit would literally become one, like, cohesive unit. So the book is interesting because it really gets into the sort of mental process and the way that he perceived things when he was in the suit. And, you know, a lot of, you know, you really kind of feel what he's feeling and see what he's thinking and stuff like that. It's really, really interesting. He refers to it, when he's kind of in the zone with the exosuit, he refers to it as the engine. So he has become the engine, where he's just this unstoppable force of destruction against the aliens. But yeah, it's a really good book. Really, really good stuff. Really enjoyed it a lot. That was, I actually read it at West. When I was at West, between calls.
When you weren't reading Bash or northofseattle.org.
Yes, that's right. Well, I don't think I read North of Seattle while I was at work. I think that was more of an at-home thing. But
that was the whole reason it was a .org. That was hilarious. Those wondering, it was a call center that Sean and I both worked at roughly around the same time. And yeah, actually, it's about 2005.
Yeah.
Well, you started in 04, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was there in 2005. And so basically, the internet was heavily restricted there. You could go on to, because we were working for, well, AT&T and Singular, so you could go on those websites, you know, because customers would phone you and be like, I saw some deal on your site that would give me 8 million minutes for $2 a month. So you'd be like, oh, okay, well, show me where that was on the website.
Yeah.
And they would also, we could access competitors' websites. Be like, well, Verizon has a deal that's going to be this much. I'd be like, oh, well, I'm looking for it on the website here. I don't see it. Customer gets silent. But otherwise, you couldn't really access anything except for .org, because it was believed that it's all not-for-profit and all that sort of thing. So somebody developed a forum, basically for people who worked in the call center, and made it a .org website.
Yep.
So we could basically talk about our supervisors and stuff at work on a .org website.
Yeah. And it was basically let's bitch about work site, where everybody would go on there and just bitch about the call center.
Or talk about the hot girl on team number 3, or you know.
Yeah, exactly. Or talk about coworkers they'd like to bang.
Yeah, that was actually the most popular thing, I think, was coworkers and team leads I'd like to bang.
Yep.
Yeah. Where I was commenting, there was that one cute security girl.
One cute security girl.
I think she was a redhead or something like that. She was there. Well, it was weird because there was the guy who was normally there, and then all of a sudden this other girl, I guess she was training or something like that, so she started showing up there too.
I don't know.
Because we had to like swipe in or whatever when we went onto the production floor.
Right.
So she was in the thing there. Yeah, no, it was an entertaining job for sure. Bitchy cell phone customers.
Well, yeah. Bitchy cell phone customers from the States. God, you want to talk about sense of entitlement. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know.
Cell phones.
Well, my favorite was I got one guy, and I actually had to forward him on to someone else. He was on the TDMA technology, and I was trained on GSM, so typically I transfer on. So
yeah, and I was trained in TDMA. It was just funny.
Yeah.
We would transfer to each other sometimes.
That did happen once, actually. Yeah. I remember I got a TDMA customer, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to transfer you to, and they'll be able to help you further in that. customer's fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear, "Thank you for calling Business End User Care. This is Sean. How can I help you?" And I was like, "Oh, this is Cassidy from GSM Care." And
we were literally on like opposite sides of pretty much the same cubicle too. So we both just like stood up and we're like looking right at each other while we're talking on the phone.
But of course, the thing is,
trying not to laugh.
Well, yeah, because in case quality was listening, like they wouldn't know that had happened unless they looked through the logs and figured it out or something. So, I mean, we had to still professional. So I had to tell Sean, "Oh, I got this customer and he's wanting to do this," and do the whole introduction and that. You know, as we're looking directly at each other.
I know. Both big smiles on our faces, trying not to laugh.
Because, I mean, yeah, it would basically go through the queues in like 8 different call centers, and not only did it get somebody in our own center, it got the person right on the other side of the wall from me.
Yeah.
But
when I'd had things too, where a call had disconnected from someone sitting next to me, and then it had gone to me.
Yeah.
The person had called back and got me or something.
It was really funny when people were rep shopping that way.
Well, yeah.
Rep shopping is the term when a customer wants to do something and the rep says, "No, you can't do it," so they hang up and just call back, and we'll just keep doing this until they get what they want.
Until they get a rep who says yes.
Yeah, so it's really funny when somebody does this so-called rep shopping, then they get the person right next to them and be like, "Yeah, you just spoke to the person next to me, and so I'm not going to do it either."
Yeah. Yeah. I get a little bit of that in my current job as well. Shopping for promos, usually. I don't think I should ever have to pay regular price. Well, I think you'd misunderstand what the concept of a promo is.
Yes.
Eventually, they end.
But no, I remember the TDMA one. Sorry, son.
I was going to say, the way they do promotions nowadays, typically they have it interspersed. So 1 month you'll get the promo, the very next month you'll get the non-promo price, and then the next month after that you get the promo again, on and off and on and off. So that you can't just drop right after the promo.
Ah, so it kind of stretches it out a bit.
Yeah, but no, I remember the one TDMA customer. This guy called from Georgia, and I was asking him because he's going on and on about his service or something like that. So I told him, I'm like, "Well, why don't you switch on to GSM? It's the newer technology." And that, say, "Because y'all don't have a tower out here by my mountain house." It's like, and the TDMA is the only one that works here at my mountain house. So
I think I remember you telling me about this.
Until you come and build one here at my mountain house.
He kept saying his mountain house. Yeah.
I'm like, what exactly is a mountain house in Georgia?
You on the top of a mountain somewhere, or what?
Just like a shack, just like up, in the hills somewhere.
My mountain house.
But it was just like, it was such the just over-the-top Georgian accent. It's like, now y'all need to go, and I'm just like trying not to laugh on the phone. I'm like, "Oh, I'll do that for you, sir."
I'm sending someone out to build a tower right now.
Oh God, you just reminded me of the map of the stores. So, when we were, Sean and I actually attended the same training class when we were migrating over to Singular.
Yes.
And so one day she was showing us there was this tool they had like on their site or whatever, like the intranet, and you could show. It would show like where the actual physical locations of all the cell towers. And it actually had like a color code for like green was like everything was fine, yellow was like the signal was slightly degraded or something like that, and red meant severely degraded. And
there's like 3 or 4 color indications.
Yeah, and like one of them
red was like, bad.
Yeah, and one of them was like it was offline or something, and so if somebody was complaining, basically you could look at the cell towers in their area, and if there was a problem, then you would know, and you could just basically advise them of that. So it was like a GIS map, basically. You could overlay it like that. And the other thing you could overlay were the locations of stores. Now, Sean somehow, I guess, missed it or wasn't paying attention, but the stores are just, by default, always labeled in red. So Sean was like, "Oh, so is that store severely degraded?"
I thought all the cell towers were stores.
Oh.
I didn't realize they were towers. I thought they were store locations.
Oh, that's what it was.
I was rating the
color
quality of the stores or something.
Just
What state
imagine,
of repair they were in.
Sorry, just picturing the store, just like the signs like hanging and like glasses cracked.
Reps just standing outside with like a dirty suit, unkempt hair, unshaven,
having a cigarette. At the counter. What do you
want?
want?
What do you want? That store is severely degraded. Oh god, I remember we must have laughed about that for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I remember the other one we laughed at, of course, was we're trying to learn how to use this web tool. It was like a search tool, basically. You would search for the thing you're looking for, and it would try to find the relevant page for you. But it was really clunky and poorly designed.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was you had to know how to get into the search page even before you could start even looking for the thing you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so she pointed out how there was actually a page you could search for that would teach you how to use this whole tool.
Ah.
But you had to get in to know how to use it in order to learn how to use it. So Sean just blurts out, he's like, that's like putting a definition of dictionary in the dictionary.
Yeah, that's right. Is it what I say? You turn to look up dictionary and it just says, you're holding it.
Put it down.
You're not qualified to use this device.
And then there was our legendary teammate.
Did you get the same kind of fan as me?
No. Maybe. It's circular and it's white.
I got mine from Walmart for $18.
I did too. Mine was less because it's just a tabletop one.
Ah, it probably is the same then.
Yeah, that's the base.
Oh yeah, I think it is.
Same idea.
I want to get another one and put it in the bedroom. Maybe you put another one in the kitchen. Just have
I
fans
actually have
everywhere.
one. I just got from Adam. I'll be using once it gets hotter out. There you can see it. And that's a stand-up one.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Apparently that's a really, really good one. It cools the place down really nice.
You know they have these great things you can buy in stores now called air conditioners.
What? No way.
Well,
yeah, they're extremely expensive and they wouldn't fit in my window.
$20 for a fan versus
$200.
$2 billion for an air conditioner.
Oh. Thanks, old
Okay, Snout enjoying his mom's air conditioning.
So
yeah.
goddamn worth it.
Fucker.
I love
What?
Eh?
Eh?
I love when I come back into the room and of course it doesn't animate what everybody's doing when I'm not on this tab.
Oh.
So I guess, Sean, you had been grinning right when I left because I just like instant grin to instant serious.
It's frozen. Oh, like instantly serious.
Yeah. It's like, eh. Oh God.
Yeah, it's weird. You come back. Well, and sometimes you come back, and it'll be a momentary freeze of what everyone was doing 20 minutes ago.
I know. Yeah, because sometimes I'm just listening to everybody and actually doing other stuff.
You go back in, and just suddenly two people vanish into thin air. What the hell?
I've seen that. Yeah.
What happened?
It happens a lot with Jeremy and Lana because they'll be on cam and then they'll go to like make food or something like that. So yeah, they're just like, gone.
Run away from the dragon.
What?
It's just like I was just looking at the wet lady again. There's no lips. It's just a hole.
Don't you love my new keyboard?
God. You must be killed. Slowly and painfully, ideally. Well, it's 11:47. We should probably knock it off. Stout's typing. Garbage games.
Knock it off.
Games. I don't know what Roberto's doing.
Just
And
laughing.
Cass and I are just reminiscing about work from many moons ago.
I know. Feels bad when you're reminiscing about work.
Yeah. So I think we'll call it a night. Skin Slip is asleep. And I think we'll call it a night. I'm probably going to either watch some Family Guy or play some more Dragon Age. Maybe both simultaneously. That'd be an interesting mix.
There you go.
Oh shit! What is that?
Yeah,
Get the
I
fuck's
agree.
capacitor.
I'm like gone tonight.
Right,
Like, I swear, I'm like not even there.
You've been gone the past couple weeks. You've been very quiet and
Wow,
keep to your selfingness.
I usually am like that. I contributed a little bit more tonight, but it was earlier. In the past hour or so, it's just been like.
So I just. Okay, my Family Guys. Hey.
Oh, you got some new stuff.
The blue logo.
That the one, the black one looks very nice.
Yeah, it's actually. Here, I'll show you. It's kind of got that black and white motif all throughout the packaging. I'll show you here. Just the cover off. There. The 200. It's kind of funny because both The Simpsons and Family Guy volumes I got today both have the 200th episodes of the respective show. Guessing the chicken appears again.
Yeah.
And apparently appears also in volume 11. So the annual chicken fight appearance. Not to disappoint.
I love your reaction gift stuff.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
The Kill All Men on Tumblr.
Oh yeah. Well, it was just funny because the one that got me was the one where somebody was literally trying to blame the fact that they couldn't win Uno on their Xbox 360 on men, and I'm just like, what? That makes no sense.
Can you share this reaction GIF so we can see it?
Sure. This was my reaction when I was reading through that hashtag. I'll put it in the
Hashtag
chat
of
here.
kill all men.
Yeah. It's half people who are actually seriously
There it is.
they want to kill all men, and half people who are just hate that bullshit, you know. But when I read a really good, ridiculous one, that's me. That's me right
So
there.
this is your reaction to the kill all men hashtag. Okay.
Good old Wayne Knight.
Oh.
Again from Jurassic Park. His greatest,
Fuck yeah.
his greatest achievement as an actor ever.
Oh, how about Seinfeld?
Dodgson, you got Dodgson here.
Dude, no one cares.
Nobody cares. Oh. You already switched back. Never mind. Oh, we got 8 minutes until midnight. Well, fuck it. We're ending 8 minutes early. Have yourselves a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out. We're leaving.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
We'll see if I have some energy to actually do some videos this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. If not, well, you know everything I got this week.
Since you're not going to be doing the whole live stream thing, then you might have more time for that.
This is true. The live streams honestly do kill my extra energy.
Yeah.
A lot, understandably. So, not doing that this week. I should have some extra energy. We'll see if I use it for productive things, or if just end up playing. Yes. More Dragon Age. Possibly a little bit of both. Alrighty. Have yourselves a great week, everybody. We will see you, we'll see you next Saturday, at least, for sure, for next week's Saturday Night InSaNiTy, and probably for some other stuff in between there somewhere, or at least a few videos, maybe, possibly. We'll see. So next time, my brain is mush. I need to go. So next time, good night. No.
Good night.
Have yourselves a great week, everybody. Oh, that looks gory.
It's a nice way to end this.
It's the flesh wound.
Blood and gut. Why are you hacking away at his penis?
I don't know.
I can't stop.
Castration.
It's an addiction.
I think he's dead. I'm pretty sure you defeated him successfully.
I am sorry.
What are you doing now? Teabagging him? There you go. And on that note, have a wonderful week, everybody. Good night.
Good night. Penis.
Sayonara.
Hi.
Good night.
Good night.